Hello, Red Raider fans. Once again, this is Gary McNeil.
And this is Keith Smith.
Bringing you another ball game for the Red Raiders. We got the Raiders going against the Panthers of Licking Valley. I believe Licking Valley's coming in here undefeated. And what kind of ranking they got, Keith?
Licking Valley's 5-0, and they're ranked number 5 in the state right now in Division 4. Also second in their region in computer points. They're on a roll.
So it looks like we got a good ball game ahead of us. London's coming in here with a 3-2 mark. After they got everybody healthy, I believe everybody's healthy tonight, so I'm looking for a really good contest tonight. I can't remember where, yeah, we won last year, so they're out tonight. Yep. Okay, welcome to the Red Raider contest. We're waiting for the teams to come out through the flags. I noticed that Red Raider flag they got down there.
Yep.
It's reusable. It splits in the middle, and then they just tape it back together. It has either Velcro or something.
Yeah, they completely knocked the whole thing over last week and withstood that, so looks like take another busting through by Andre Tyree. It normally leads them through. Looks like we got Licking Valley here tonight with kind of a
they're lining up with all their kids with the tunnel thing, and very well probably going to look for that because they're coming in here 5-0, and like you said, they're rated pretty high in the state.
Oh, I'll tell you, this community looks like very excited about this year's version of Licking Valley Panthers. They show up early. They've been here ever since I got here at 6 o'clock, and there was people showing up already, Gary. And
when you have a winning team like that, people show up. London had the same situation last year, and it stands to be full. This is quite a ride for everybody to make up here to team. London is 3-2 and getting better. But you got to remember, we're under a new coaching staff and a lot of new players at new positions, so things are just going to get better. Valley's setting up quite a tunnel there.
Well, tonight's going to be a real test for the London program, because what we're looking at is the fact that 3-2. We got to remember, London's 2 losses have only been to Big Walnut, who's still undefeated, and Springfield Northeastern, Northeastern. It's only lost 1 ball game tonight. They're up against a strong Bell Fountain team tonight, and if they win that, they're going to be just about first in their region in the computer points. Big Walnut's second in their region in computer points. So London was in those ball games and had a chance, and
had a lot of mistakes, a lot of young mistakes. We got a lot of sophomores and juniors this year.
Even though London's 3-2, there's still a lot of confidence from the Columbus Dispatch coaches poll, because they've got London ranked 6th in the Central District in the Division 3 teams.
So that's not too bad.
Of course, they got Licking Valley rated 1st in Division 4. So.
Well, and you're talking about a different division too. That's a step down. 3 and 4.
Looks like here comes the Red Raiders, going to upstage the Panthers a little bit here.
Yeah, well, it's usually the home team will wait until the visiting team makes their appearance, and then the home team can make their show. London used to do this, have a tunnel and stuff like that, but I think since we got the new field, we haven't broke it in well enough to give the...
Afraid to smash the grass down, Gary.
The administration's not quite ready to turn it loose like we would like to see it.
Here comes the Raiders.
Led by Andre Tyree. The 6', what is he, about 6'2", 280, tight end. So we're going to be looking at one thing I see London I think is going to have to do this tonight is use Tyree more. And by the same token, we are right behind Licking Valley fans, so all this noise you're going to hear is going to be coming from Licking Valley. Hopefully they don't pick up any bad comments or bad words. Try to keep going.
Here comes the Panthers.
Here they come, and they do have some speed this year. If I remember right, they had a couple of boys that were running pretty fast in track, and they done stole Penn State's Panthers sound. I tell you what, when Penn State does that sound, if you've ever been in their stadium, buddy, it'll make you start cringing. It is nasty. Licking Valley Panthers against the London Red Raiders. We're getting ready for the opening kickoff. I like their scoreboard, Carl. They have lit up scoreboard, and it tells all the sponsors and a lot of graffiti on there. Your very own Panthers. That's pretty neat. So I don't know how it went down. Looks like Panthers might be going to kick off. We'll soon find out. I might be wrong. What's north and south up here? Which goal are we defending?
Not sure at this point, Gary. I had completely missed the toss. So I would say from looking at London's personnel, that is their kick-off team on the field over there. I see Jordy Jackson, Ross Deo, Matt Russell. Those are all on the kick-off team.
So London's trying to make up their mind which way they want to go. Half of them are going one way and half of them going the other way. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Now they're all turning to go the other way.
Looks like London's going to be kicking off. Sean Myers is going after the football.
We do have a good night. It's perfect night for football. For me, it might be a little chilly. Carl's used to working out in this weather, so he's out here and nothing. I think he's got a painted on shirt. He doesn't even have any top on, showing his muscles.
Well, Gary, Carl and I was talking before the start of the ball game about what London's going to have to do offensively to kind of spice it up. I think we've got to get some more ball to Tyree. We got to maybe do something a little bit different with him. He's been very predictable. Only little dump passes across the middle. I think we need to use him in a bigger capacity. I think we need to run Wheeler across the middle of the field a couple of times. We've become very predictable with the types of patterns that we throw to him.
And basically that's the same pattern we run last year that we're very successful. But also, you are right. I feel we need to get Tyree involved. And I'm surprised that we don't have a Buffalo package with Tyree as part of it, because he would be them head Buffalo. So who we got kicking off?
That's Sean Myers kicking off. That's a short kick. That's a Nethers got the ball.
And like you said, there are a lot of Nethers, and he brings the ball all the way back up to about the 42-yard line before he's taken down.
Nethers returns the kickoff. He's brought down by number 4.
Jordy Jackson in on that tackle again.
That's number 6, Josh Nethers. He's a backup tailback, also starting linebacker for the Panthers.
I think this kickoff is set up for Jordy to make that tackle some kind of way, because he kind of lays back and then he shoots the gap.
I'll tell you what, he does a great job of it too, Gary.
We got one wide out to the far side as we got the official calling for time. We got Valley in a pro eye.
Well, Licking Valley's got an experienced quarterback in Vanover. He hands off to Nethers.
And the Nethers picked up maybe about a yard and a half. He went a long ways to make that handoff, but it was almost like I thought he was going to run an option play there for a bit.
Well, when I saw the name Vanover, I remembered he was quite an intricate part of their offense last year. A good quarterback, and the tailback, Nethers, he's one of the leading rushers in the Central District. So.
And the Panthers aren't wasting any time getting up the line of scrimmage. London wasn't even ready. He got a quick hitter up the middle, and he goes for a first down. That's number 2. We don't have any light here. That's Jaron Nethers.
Nethers, the ball carrier, brought down by Jordy Jackson.
We are sitting in the dark here, so that's going to make it a little tricky.
And we're close to all the Panther faithful, so we'll be hearing a lot of cheering for the Panthers.
So we got a 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. Another handoff to Nethers. He comes out to the right side, got some room, missed tackle, and finally brought down by number 54.
That's Dusty Jones on the tackle.
Dusty Jones. But not till after he picked up a gain of about 4 yards.
Brought down by Dusty
Looks like you said it's going to be Nethers, Nethers, and Nethers.
Nethers, and Nethers. Looks like Licking Valley's running kind of a speed-up offense here, Gary.
Yeah, they're not...
London needs to react a little quicker on defense.
It's pretty close to a no-huddle as quick as they're getting back to the line of scrimmage, and London's not really set. London's still moving around trying to figure out where they want to be. Now they're jumping. And Jordy Jackson moved. I don't know if he just caught. Oh, it's going against
flag on the play.
Going against the Panthers.
Procedure against the Panthers.
Illegal procedure against the Panthers. That ought to knock off about 5 yards. Making it 1st and 15 on the 35-yard line.
Well, Licking Valley primarily runs the football and takes advantage of their team speed and their outstanding line play, from what I understand from talking to some of their assistant coaches.
But if I remember right, they had some pretty good speedsters on the track team. So as fullback, as a handoff to the fullback at time, number 45, he leaps over a couple players and picks up immediately. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. No, that was Nethers.
That was Nethers, yeah.
45 must have been running the
Bream, I think he was just leading the blocking on that.
Yeah, he's the fullback. See, they're ready to roll already. Got to call for it. And he's met at the line by who?
That looked like Tyree. And Dusty Jones.
You don't go nowhere when you hit Tyree. You stop.
Ball carrier brought down by number 21.
That was a dead. Went into a stone wall that time. We got a 3rd and 9. So looks like we got a passing down here. See how they react to this.
Well, watch for number 9 on the bottom of your screen. His name's Kirk. He averages 28 yards per catch. And Vanover can throw the ball, so he's back.
Going back. He's going misdirection, going the opposite way, fumbling the ball.
He's going to run it.
He's got room. He's got a 1st down and then some.
Nice tackle on the play by 32 Jordan Brock for the Raiders.
I really believe that was a designed play. It looked like he bobbled the ball a couple times. He swung out to the left, the opposite side, took the wide side of the field, knocked off the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line.
You know what, Licking Valley's not wasting any time running their offense. This might have something to do with the fact they've scored almost 200 points in 5 games.
And a good cut back against the grade by Nethers, and he's going to score.
He's going to go.
If Nethers goes in, and usually you cut back against the grain like that, you have an awful good chance of knocking off some points. So they made that look pretty easy as the Panther gives his loud roar. We have a score of 6-0 already. And we still got 9 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Took them 3 minutes to
Nathan Nethers to snap, Josh Vanover to hold.
Make that first score.
To kick the point after attempt.
They're setting up for the extra point now.
There's number 18, Brandon Hayes, the junior, in there for the extra point. Their quarterback, Vanover's the holder, so
you can look for anything with the quarterback holding the ball. He's going to go down with it. And it's good.
Nice strong leg there.
Strong leg.
Oh.
And you see where the band is sitting right behind the goal post.
Just 9 minutes to score.
That's a pretty neat setup there where you got a good view right down the middle of the field. The band and the cheering section. I kind of like that. That'd be something for London to do.
Well, Gary, 3 minutes, Licking Valley reels off 7 points, or 6 points already. And,
well, that wasn't any good. I thought that was good.
Well, they called it wide right. I'll tell you what, Licking Valley this year on offense, they don't waste any time. They've scored almost 200 points in 5 games. They're averaging almost 40 points a game.
This week was Gene Harris.
Well, that's
$50 winner to Gene Harris.
Indicative right there of what they can do, because they went right down the foot of the field. About 6 plays.
See Jody German.
Had 1 penalty called against them, and they end up turning it into a big play. So we have a score of 6-0. Licking Valley on top. We have 9 minutes to go in the 1st quarter.
Brandon Hayes set to kick off for the Panthers. Number 12, Sean Myers. And number 32, Jordan Brock.
Myers and Brock is going to be back for the Red Raiders, back deep. Let's see what kind of kicker they got there, or what kind of kickoff they use. They
looked like he had a decent leg on the extra point, but a little bit different situation kicking off.
He got under, got a good kick as
down to the 10.
Jordan Brock picks it up. Picks up his blocker. He's got a shot down the middle of the field, and he's tripped up after he gets up to about the 40-yard line.
That was number 9, Wade Kirk. Wade Kirk on the tackle.
Wade Kirk in there on tackle. He needed about 1 more man to beat, and he might have been on his way.
Nice run by Jordan Brock. He looked like he got some good upfield blocks from Scott Willard and Matt Russell.
That's another situation where he got, he turned it back against the grain too. So the play was coming toward us, and he saw a hole and cut back. And a shoestring tackle brought him down. We have a 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line.
Willard to the bottom of your screen. Myers to the top. That's Laney.
Nothing doing it. He's brought down hard. He was met at the line of scrimmage and knocked back about 4 or 5 yards.
That's like
B.J. Laney, the ball
number
carrier,
32, Coffin Ball.
Cody Coffin Ball.
Cody Coffin Ball in on that tackle. And Trevor Harrell. And I tell you what, them hits, that hit there was take something out of you.
Well, it looks like basically for no gain there, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
It almost looked like he took a loss.
Well,
the way he was hit.
Licking Valley's got 2 shutouts already this year against 2 very good football teams, so they must play some good defense. Dick and roll.
And it's knocked down by number 32.
That's Coffin ball again with the big play on the wide side for the Panthers.
So we have a 3rd and 10 on the 39-yard line. We are staying on a couple chairs on some graded flooring here, so if this chair goes through, you'll hear me making a lot of racket here.
Looks like we got Myers in the slot, Wheeler out wide. Dick and rolling to his left. He's going to run it. There's not much room there.
He picked up maybe 4 or 5 yards. Before he's brought down, it will be 4th down and about 6.
Jeremy Wolf brings up 4th down for the Red Raiders.
And London brings the punting team on. So we go 3 and out the first time. After a run back on the kickoff up to the 40-yard line.
Josh Enlow set the punt for London. Deep for Licking Valley. Number 2, Jared Nethers. Number 6, Josh Nethers.
London puts 2 wideouts here.
Not much wind tonight for Enlow. Let's see. Nice high,
good hang time. If we can get the roll. You can see the way the ball was coming. It was going to bounce back against London.
Boy, Gary, that hurt. That wasn't even a 20.
About a 20-yard punt.
About a 20-yard punt. So
ball ends up on about the 37-yard line. They're saying it's on the 45.
Tell you what, London better get turned around on defense here. They're going to be. The Panthers are going to have a play coming right at them.
Ball's on
London's
the
not ready.
Line. And they're still trying to get in position.
Yeah. That's Vanover under center. That's Nethers.
Nethers, a little quick hitter up the middle, and he's good for about 1.5 yards, 2 yards.
Looked like Tyree tripped him up. Got nice penetration on the defensive line.
It's about 2nd and 8. On a 38-yard line, we still have a score of 6-0. Ball spotted on the 40-yard line. And like you say, they're not wasting any time getting back up the line of scrimmage. Not giving London much of a chance
over
any kind of defense. He lays one out.
He's going for Kirk, number 9.
And the pass looked like it was just a little high, but the defense, I don't know if the defender even seen the ball coming.
Yeah, it was 18 Wheeler out there on the coverage, and I'm not sure he saw that ball coming.
It was thrown to the outside of him. It may have went out of bounds. I'm not sure. From here, you can't tell.
Tell you what, Gary, one of these times London's going to get caught not being ready on defense, and they're going to pay for it.
We got a 3rd and 8 on the 40-yard line.
That's a pass to Nethers.
Quick in pass, and he's loose. There goes number 6. It's a foot race. He's caught from behind by Jordy Jackson. But not until they pick up about 40 yards. Josh Nethers. Nethers, and Nethers.
I tell you, when your middle guard can run down their tailback, that's impressive, but London's shell-shocked here.
They're not. We're not getting our defense set up. That pass was thrown in a crowd, the way it looked from here, and he was able to come out of it. London's still moving around, and they're running the play.
Yeah. It's like a nice 3-yard pickup. Guess who, Gary?
That must be another Nethers.
Another Nethers.
So we got 2nd and 10.
Josh Nethers, the ball carrier, brought down by Dusty
on
Jones and Marcus
4-yard line. They're clear down the 4-yard line.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 on the 10.
That was a nice 6-yard pickup there. Yeah, London better get ready on defense.
So they can pick up a 1st down inside the 10 there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of movement out there.
Yep, that's a fullback.
Quick hitter.
That's Bream. Bream, the senior, coming
Bream looked like he had a little speed there, too. A little quick.
45, Casey Bream, the ball carrier.
Bream's a junior.
David
They're going to run it right down our throats the way things are looking right now. 1st and goal, Panthers on the 2.
Boy, I hate to say it again, but London is just not set on defense, Gary.
We're still walking around.
They're still trying to figure out strong side and weak side, and here comes Panthers with the play.
Panthers running the play, and London was still moving.
Touchdown, Nethers.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing out there. They're running, they're throwing some kind of a twister at it. That's the score right now, 12-0. We're at the 5:20 mark in the first quarter. It looks like it could be the makings of a long night. As Panthers set up for they're going to go for 2 this time, try to make up for that extra point they missed.
Look for Vanover throwing to Kirk on the left-hand side.
And we got a whistle on the flag as Vanover rolls back.
Penalty on the play. It's illegal procedure called against the Panthers.
So that'll just move them back and give them more room to run the play they were just setting up to play that time.
Well, Gary, it's a lot tougher to get 2 points from 8 yards than it is from 3, so.
Well, the way they were setting up that pass and the way they've been moving the ball, I don't know.
I'd still look for Vanover to roll out the pass and have them look for number 9 out here to the bottom of your screen, Kirk, possibly running to the corner of the end zone.
This Vanover is pretty tricky. I see an open field to the left side. It's just like you said, they're looking, but the ball goes right through Nethers. So we have a score of 12-0. They're well on their way to their average. What did you say their average was?
Well, they're averaging almost 40 points a game on offense.
And we're still got 5:20 to go in the first quarter. See, a lot of this stuff we're getting this year is payback from last year, because we just ran over teams last year. And like I say, this year we're coming up with a lot of new players, a whole new coaching system, and it's going to take time for all this to sink in and gel. But I see good things in the future, in the near future.
Please help support our
we have a score of 12-0, 5:20 to go in the first quarter. The Panthers will be kicking off again.
Well, Gary, I think we're going to see what kind of character some of these London players have, because when they got down to Big Walnut, some of the kids looked like they just about kind of quit on the field. You know, they just seemed like they was giving up. So,
and we got Haynes here right now. They ain't figured out. Well, I don't know what they figured out, but from up here it looks like they haven't figured out a defense what they're going to run. Got another kick to Brock. He takes it on about the 5-yard line, and he's still on the move. He's still trying. He's finally brought down on about the
26-yard line.
You can't see the yard marker. The teams are all in front of him.
Brock returns the kickoff, brought down by number 4, Kyle Boffman, number 33, Trevor Hiles, and number 82, Casey Murray.
Brock was telling me to keep them cameras rolling, because you're going to see a lot of speed tonight. The speed I'm seeing so far is coming from the Panthers. So London now takes over on offense, 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. Let's see what goes on here. We got double wideouts and a pro eye.
Looks like Laney around the left-hand side.
He's got a little room here. He's got a step. Laney's going to be run out of bounds.
No.
On about the
number 22, B.J. Laney, ball carrier, knocked out of bounds.
46 and 45-yard line of the Panthers. So, he turned in a tough situation into a good play there.
I tell you, B.J. made a lot out of nothing right there.
I tell you what, if he hadn't stepped out of bounds there, because I think they thought he was out of bounds, and he didn't go out of bounds until they'd already turned him loose, he'd have been gone.
I think it's real important for London to think about establishing that running game. I know they're down early, down by 12 points, but still pretty critical to get that running game established.
A little misdirection play that time, so we got the same setup this time. As they lay it up for Wheeler.
Going to 18 Wheeler.
It's thrown out of bounds. Had that ball been in bounds, I think we'd have had some action there.
For number 18, Brandon Wheeler falls incomplete. Number 35.
Well, the play was there. Wheeler was open. Dickens' pass was just thrown a little bit too wide. So we got a 2nd and 10 on the 45-yard line as Myers brings in a play. London's starting to get their play set up a little quicker. I wonder if we're looking to pass too quick. We just had a run and play work real good for us.
Like Tyrene Cubs in motion. They're going to follow his block.
We pick up about 5 yards on that play. Good 4, and you can just about figure Tyree's going to come in motion. They're going to come in behind him.
Number 3, Michael Hinger.
I didn't even see him go to hit the ground. I seen him knock a few people out of the way and was looking for somebody else. In a situation like that, your back has got to be right on his tail, too.
I still think it's real important that London gets that running game established. You know, it's exciting to think about that long pass play to Wheeler, but I think it's real important that they do get something established here early.
So we got a 3rd and 7 on the 42-yard line. It's almost is a passing situation.
That's Enlow out there in the flat.
It looked like it should have been a face mask.
Josh Enlow did a nice job of going up high and getting that ball.
Yeah, he had to come back for it.
On the stop for the Panthers.
Otherwise, it could have been picked off. So London's back to bringing the punting team back in.
For London.
4th and 4 on the 39-yard line. And the way the Panthers move the ball, I think London almost forced to try to make them go a little bit more distance.
Now this first quarter is rolling right along. It's
number 33, Trevor.
About 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Score still 12-0 Panthers. A high snap.
Enlow's looking for a corner kick here. Myers is down there to cover.
That ball takes a long ball. He's not getting that ball to turn over. The Sparrow's coming back at him instead of going the other way.
Well,
So
Gary, I hate to say it, but that punt was even shorter than the last one. So we're not seeing much out of London's punting
getting
game.
good hang time, but no distance.
Enlow's punt is down at the 30-yard line, where Licking Valley takes over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 on the 30, and our defense has got to get set now because the Panthers seem like they can move the ball at will so far.
Well, I think one thing confusing, London's defense sets up predicated on where their tight end sets at, and they don't really run a tight end. They run 2 men in the slot. So that's Nethers for about 3 yards there.
Little quick hitter.
Number 2, Jared.
Looks like it might have been the second man through.
Number 21,
Jared
Andre Tyree.
Interesting here about Licking Valley's line. Their guards are only 175 and 185, so they're not really that big across the middle. Their tackles are huge, but 235 and 245, but they're just quick off the ball.
That's right, you get quick off that ball, and you got them running backs coming through there, hitting them holes just as soon as they
That's Nethers coming around the left-hand side.
He's good for a 1st down.
It's like a tackle's made by Jordy Jackson.
Jared Nethers, the ball carrier.
They just seem to just be grinding it out on the ground.
1st and 10 Panthers.
They're going to set us up here and look for a long pass here for long. Roll right and throw left, or vice versa. Got a wide out to the near side here. Man in motion. Here comes Nethers again, and he's still on his feet. Pick up of about 3 or 4 yards.
It's like Dusty Jones, Scott Willard, and
brought down by Dusty Jones.
Mr. Gandy in there on the tackle.
That makes it 2nd and about 6 on the 42-yard line.
Second and 6. That's first man through.
Quick fake, and that was a fullback that time, Bream, I think.
That's Bream.
And we got a score, like I said, we're down under the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. The score is still 12-0 in favor of the Panthers.
That's going to bring up a big 3rd down here for Licking Valley. It's going to be about 3rd and 1.5.
Tell you what, it looks like it's going to be a quick first quarter because that clock hadn't hardly stopped.
I'd look for the pitch to Nethers around the left-hand side, maybe. It's a pass. It's tipped.
And London's own 2. London had Jordy Jackson and
Dusty Jones fighting over the ball.
I think Jones got hurt on the play.
Ball falls incomplete. Brings up a 4th down and 2 for the Panthers.
And neither one of them had any knowledge of where the other player was.
I tell you what, London better wake up. I think they're bringing in their...
That should have been an easy pick off there.
London
They got a timeout. I see the trainer coming out on the field. They take the Jones out.
Tell you what, London's brought in their punt return team, and Licking Valley's kept their offense on the field. Oh, now number 10, Troyer goes back to punt. So I was looking at the up.
Tell you what, I would look for the up back.
The up back's the quarterback, so being at midfield and only needing a yard to go.
Well, we only put one man back, so
that's the 18-wheeler back there.
Trick play.
They may try to draw London offside.
Oh, they threw it back. Got a good punt, end over end. It's going to be a good one.
Fair catch by Wheeler.
And he makes a diving catch, so London will take over again.
Wheeler fair catches the
About the 25-yard line, 22.
23-yard.
Well, that only leaves a minute 13 left in the first quarter with the 12-0 score. So
London did manage to get their defense on track that time and stop that score, possibility of a score. So now we're still looking at a score of 12-0. There's 1:13, like you said, to go in the first quarter. First and 10 on the 23-yard line, 23-yard line.
Yeah, it's a long ball game. London doesn't have to catch up all 12 of these points at once. I think they've got to show what they can do with the offense. So,
quick hitter by probably Laney, and it's a fumble.
Oh no, it's a
pitch out.
That's Laney going long.
It's a foot race.
It's a race.
He make it. He's stepping it off. London touchdown all the way. 6 points, London.
Touchdown, London.
That was a very good, tricky play there.
Oh, that pitched in the last second.
It looked like a fumble from here. I thought it was fly in the air.
He held it to the last second.
First thing we look at was the fake to the middle, the dive to Willard, which was excellent. Nice fake carried out by Scott. And then Dickon kept the ball to the very last minute, finally pitched to Laney, and all Laney had was one man to beat, and he was gone, Gary.
And that's a good show there. Laney showed a little bit of speed there at time because he kind of walked away from him, and that kind of surprised me.
Yep.
I seen him in track, and he looked like he had some wings. His wheels was working good that time. So we got one for extra point. It's up, and it is good.
It's good.
So we have a score of 12-7, and we still have 58 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let's give us that point there. They want to give us 1 point. They only got 6 on the board there, Carl. They don't want to give us a 7.
That could be a critical extra point there.
And nobody's saying anything about it. We're watching the board.
Tomorrow from 11 to 4 p.m., 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., Madison Community Fun Day down at Madison Elementary School. Everyone is welcome.
Discrepancy on that extra point, evidently.
And you get all activities all day. Inflatable activities, lots of food.
They're not going to give it to us.
Yeah, we're right up here by the scorekeeper, Gary. We'll motion through the window that we need 7.
Lots of fun. Come on down and join the Madison Community Fun Day.
Maybe the 7 don't work.
Tomorrow, Madison Elementary School.
Well, Gary, that was a big play by London, and that's kind of what they need. They've got to get some confidence back and they can do something against the Licking Valley defense.
Now we got to get down here and stop this kickoff run back. We're down to 58.9 and the scoreboard still says 12-6.
Jared Mathers deep for Licking Valley.
We even got some of their people looking up right now wanting to know what the problem is. There, they finally got the 7 up there.
Whoa, whoa.
Myers gets under it pretty good. Ball's going to be taken on about the 15-yard line.
That's number 6. That's a
Got a hole right up the middle. And he's loose. He's loose. He's on the road. He's finally brought down after about a 50-yard run back.
Looks like
number 11.
David Wassmuth and Ross Dale on the tackle.
Number 6, Josh Miller returns the kickoff.
He had a beautiful toe right up the middle.
Ross Dale.
And with his quickness, he's picking his spots and ducking and diving, and look out, he was gone.
Well, Gary, that was Josh Nethers. He's the cousin to Jared Nethers, who's been running the ball mainly.
He's the cousin to Bill Nethers and Bob Nethers. So now we're on the
Josh is only a junior though.
first and 10 on the 28-yard line.
Jared's a senior.
12-7. And that was a beautiful kickoff return. Sets back to pass. They're going
Got a man open.
and he dropped the ball. Man, the ball was there, nobody on him, bobbled the ball. Was that another?
No, he had number 9, Wade Kirk, wide open out there. And
wow.
He's one of the top receivers in Central Ohio. He probably surprised himself when he dropped that ball.
It bounced. That's a situation where you catch the ball with your hands, and he was catching it with his pads.
I'll tell you what, Vanover laid that thing right in there.
Right in the money.
He had them faked out.
He had them all faked out.
Had me faked out.
Boy, that could have been
lose the ball too?
That could have been a dagger in London's heart right there. And London's not ready again on defense. Here comes Nethers. That's the sophomore. That's a junior Nethers.
Down by number 45, Willard. And 4, Jordy Jackson.
Number 6, Josh Nethers.
That's the backup, Josh Nethers in there now, tailback.
Scott Willard and number 4, Jordy Jackson.
So pretty much as long as we say Nethers, we're in good shape.
We're in good shape. We're down under 20 seconds now. I think
they might get one more playoff.
Try to get a playoff here. Try to get another score into the end zone. Yep, they're going to get it all. Quick handoff, and it's tripped up in the backfield by
that's Scott Willard in there.
Scott Willard once again.
Oh, it looks like
we got a player down with
Murray, the ball carrier, brought down by.
He's up and running, so he didn't hurt.
Looked like they were trying a quick little reverse around to their tight end, Casey Murray, and that went nowhere.
London 7.
So that ends the first quarter, like you just heard. I think you heard. 12-7, Licking Valley. So that extra point looms pretty big right now. Licking Valley is on the move. They are in London's territory. 4th and 3 on the 20. So as we take time out, there goes the Licking Valley Panther running down through with this big V, and they have a big sound. It sounds something like Penn State's Panther.
I don't know if we can get Carl to get a view on this, but getting kind of a kick on the best seat in the house down here in the end zone. Somebody's got a couch down in the end zone.
They sure do.
Somebody's got the best seat in the house down there.
They bought a couch out. The couch potatoes are here. How about that?
That's what I call big screen.
Uh-huh. That is a big screen there, ain't it?
Big screen TV.
And I tell you what, I bet you London ain't gonna let nobody do that.
It might kill the grass, Gary.
Well, I kind of like it for this reason. It's for the kids. So let the kids have fun. As long as they're not out destroying anything and you know where they are and they're not causing any problems, let the kids have some fun. We're going for a new bond levy. And that could be something that could help get some more votes. Show a little bit more attention to the kids other than just the school situation. Let the people know that we are behind the kids. We're for the children.
Field goal.
They are set up for a field goal.
On the 25-yard line.
This is going to be a 42-yard field goal. I'm not sure he's got this much leg, but Vanover, the quarterback, is the holder here, so watch out.
It's a line drive, and it's wide left, so London will take over on the 25-yard line. I tell you what, he had the leg, he just drove it to the left.
Yeah, Haynes did have a leg on that, so.
Didn't have any height on it, but it was just high enough to get over the bar had it been straight. So London takes over, 1st and 10. That's a good sign there. They were able to hold again. We have a score of 12-7. We are in the second quarter. 5 seconds into the second quarter. London has the ball 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line, on their own 20.
Well, London's had kind of a tendency to try to go for the big play right after they've had another big play. So
well, they're running some misdirection play now. Here comes Tyree moving to set up a play here.
That's Laney again around the left-hand side.
And he's close to a first down. Move the chains, Carl.
Tell you what, big number 73, Jonathan Abbott over there, leading the way from his tackle position. You get 280-some pounds, get almost 300 pounds of Abbott out there, and about 280 in Tyree leading the blocking. And
so London look like they're short, 2nd and 1.
Students tonight after the ball game
on the 30-yard line.
Barn United Methodist Church.
12-7.
Live entertainment tonight.
Licking Valley.
It's going to be 2nd inches, Gary. So basically, we might see London try to take advantage of a free play
Quarterback
here.
sneak here. They took a lot of time.
They'll take that free play. Dickens back to pass.
He's going to get the first down and then some. He cuts it back and fumbles the ball. Recovered by Licking Valley. That's been our downfall all year. You get out there, you got to put that ball, tuck it in, and he was still carrying it like he's going to pass it or something. Got to wrap that ball up.
John Dickens, the ball carrier, there's a fumble on the play, recovered by number 33, Trevor Hiles. First and 10.
So we give the ball right back to the Panthers, first and 10 on the 47-yard line.
London defense better get ready here again. They're still shifting around, and the Panthers are ready to go.
They adjusted pretty quick that time.
Vano.
They set back, and they got what's name going deep.
He's got number 30. That's intercepted. That's B.J. Laney. That's David Wasmuth.
He's got a back.
He's got room.
And he's all the way back up to the line of scrimmage. There's the line of scrimmage, so
Hanover's pass is intercepted by number
the fumble
25,
turned
David
into just another play.
Number 56.
I think that's Wasmuth's second interception on the year, and he's returned one for almost a touchdown, and he returned that one about 25 yards. So
unless Licking Valley feels like London's got their number on the running game, I don't know why they went to the passing game so quick, because they were moving the ball really good in the running game.
That kind of surprised me that they'd come out with a pass like that on first down.
So it's first and 10 on the 47-yard line. They did have it back open, just it was overthrown.
That's Laney coming around the left-hand side. He's juking.
He's still got some room. He's still on his feet. He's still moving. Laney's going all the way down to about the 32-yard line.
I tell you, Gary,
Laney don't want to go down.
I don't want to be a cheerleader up here in the booth. But I'll tell you what, he was juking, man.
Hey, you be whatever you need to be.
That was an exciting play for London Red Raiders.
Play.
He's not letting him get to his legs at all.
Yeah.
Timeout called Licking Valley.
He looked like he might be using a pretty good stiff arm. We got a first and 10 on the 33-yard line after about a 15 to 20-yard run there. Ball was on the what, the 40, 45?
You know, Gary, I think I was watching Laney on the run, but I didn't see hardly anybody downfield blocking for him. He was pretty much doing all that on his own. So, I mean, you know,
I think he caught him off guard. The blocks were already made up front.
Yeah.
And he just had to beat most of the back men. So, yeah, he did a lot of stiff arming, pushing him off. He's a pretty strong young man. Pretty solid. He's looking to go to school somewhere, so we're going to see a kid playing his heart out.
50-50 raffle tickets tonight. 50-50.
We have a timeout here. London's down 12-7. 10:52 to go in the second quarter. It's right now. It's turned out to be a really good contest. At first, I thought it was going to be a runaway the way things was looking.
It was pretty scary at first, but I'll tell you what, if London can punch this in, at least manage to get a field goal down here, we're going to have a ball game, Gary.
We got a game going here.
I think a lot of it has to do with confidence and character, you know.
Licking Valley calling timeout. Licking Valley is a Division IV team. They're number 1 in their region in Division IV.
And they're ranked number 4 in the state, 4th or 5th, I think. So that's Laney
again, and he's probably good for another 2 yards.
Big old John. That looked like Brad Gorman leading the block in that time along the left-hand side. So.
Yeah, these linemen are slowly starting to pick up the roles. A lot of these linemen didn't have that much playing time last year. That's where London's big asset last year was in their line. They had a big, strong line.
We saw London start to pick up their game against West Jefferson. They pretty much dominated West Jefferson and Madison Plains. So tonight's their biggest test of the year.
It's 2nd and 8 now on the 31-yard line. We haven't used Tyree yet. Dickens rolls back. He's going to keep the ball and run out of bounds.
Saw 73 Abbott come back and pick up a nice block to help try to spring Dickens around the right-hand side.
I think he ended up with a loss of about 5 to 6 yards. Oh, he got further back than I thought, yeah.
Boy.
I guess he didn't see where to throw it to.
This is going to bring up 3rd and 13, so.
3rd and 13 on the 36-yard line.
I think London's finding that the Licking Valley is getting pretty good pressure on the quarterback, so maybe they might have to put a quicker pass pattern into place, maybe a quick slant or something.
Either that or a quick hitter right up the middle.
Looks like we got Wheeler out the left-hand side. Tyree's lined up on the left with Laney lined up out to the bottom of your screen on the right. So that's Willard on the draw play. He's got
some room. He's going to run over somebody. He's good for not quite a first down. He's going to be short.
It's going to be close, Gary. It's kind of hard to tell from here. First down.
They're moving the chains.
Big play by Scott Willard.
Yeah. Little misdirection. And I tell you what, I think that play's coming out of the last year's playbook. But I'm pretty sure they put in some misdirection plays out of last year's playbook that the kids were more comfortable with. We got a 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line. I could be wrong.
Well, I think it boils down to predictability. London was definitely in a passing set, and by throwing the draw play at him, I think it surprised a lot of Licking Valley
moved Tyree to the right side this time. That's where he's usually more comfortable at.
Willard again up the middle.
Nothing doing.
Well, they sniffed him out that time. They knew he was coming.
Brought down by the interior line of the Panthers.
Yeah, they didn't even give credit to somebody on that tackle that time. They just said the whole interior line made the tackle.
And I've seen some good sportsmanlike conduct with one of the Panther players helping Willard up. And you don't see that a lot in the games we play in. We got a 2nd and 10 on the 24-yard line. The score is still 12 to 7 in favor of the Panthers. Raiders on the move, 2nd and 10.
In low to the bottom of your screen, Wheeler to the top. He's going for Wheeler in the corner. He just overthrew him, Gary.
Well, that was a pattern play where Wheeler looked like he was held up there. And it's one of those plays where they just throw it up and Wheeler goes and gets it.
Adam Hines on the coverage for the Panthers.
And like you said, it was overthrown, but it looked like Wheeler was either held up or slowed down there about 5 yards short. So we got a 3rd and 10 on the 24-yard line.
Once again, another big 3rd down.
We've seen a little bit of everything so far tonight.
Last time they converted with the draw play to Willard. So
3rd and 10, a lot of yards.
London's going to line up Wheeler and Myers to the bottom of your screen. Tyree's lined up on the left-hand side, top of your screen. Dickin rolls to your right.
He's dropped down, caught from behind. He's got a sack on the play. At least he was able to cut the ball in and keep it within the grip.
That's number 2, Jared Nethers on the tackle.
He was hit from behind there. 4th and 10 on the 30-yard line. A little bit too far for a field goal.
Yeah, London's in 4-down territory here, so.
4th and 20. That's a whole lot of 4 down there.
Yeah, that's a lot of 4-down territory there. Well, it brings the Licking Valley fans to their feet, Gary. High formation. They're looking for Wheeler. Dickin's going to try to run it.
Nowhere to go. He's swarmed and takes a loss on the play of about 3 or 4 yards. He's not happy. Something happened out there, and he's not happy with it.
Well, it's easy to get frustrated when you're having a bad night. He's not had a good night so far running the football. He's had a lot of pressure on him.
1st and 10 on about the 34-yard line. Licking Valley takes over. We have 7:06 to go in the first half. And the score is 12 to 7 in favor of Licking Valley Panthers. One's getting into their offense. We got a wide out to the near side here. Pro eye set up. And Valley goes back to their...
That's Bream, the fullback, coming up the middle, and he picks up about 6 yards,
Going back to their running game. What got him to the touchdown?
Bream, the ball carrier, brought down by Scott Willard and number 69, Micah Stokes.
Well, about 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go before halftime. Looks like could see Licking Valley just try to ground it out, but
and Valley's set up to go. Look, they got a play in London, wasn't even set, but it didn't make a difference because
Nethers made a nice. He almost got the first down, but nice.
Got that tackle.
Nice tackle by that's Gandy, I think, wasn't it? 64.
64, Gandy and Jackson.
Jared Nethers, the ball carrier, brought down by number 64, Marcus Gandy.
That's a first down, Gary. So.
First and 10, they moved the chains, so they're on the 47-yard line now.
I'd look for Licking Valley to go back to their bread and butter and try to eat up some clock and eat up some yards here.
Go back to what got them the 2 scores. So far, well, that one score would have been a score that he missed the pass in the end zone. That would have been a straw that broke the camel's back. But right now we're on the first and 10 on the 47-yard line, 12-0 the Panthers.
Still running a no tight end set, which I think that's Nethers around the right-hand side.
He's good for another first down and then some.
Jared Nethers, the ball carrier, brought down by
this Nethers is quick, boy.
He looked especially quick on that run. He just got around the outside so fast, and man, he zipped right up that side.
They're running north and south. They're not running east and west.
Licking Valley once again comes out into their quick set offense, and that's Bream again, the fullback. He's got some room.
And he picks up another first down, looks like. They're just rounding it out. They went back to their original game plan.
It's like a nice tackle by Wheeler and Brock out there.
Bream looked like that time he went against the grain. And wasn't touched anybody. This might be a 2nd and 1. 5:34 to go in the first half. 12-7.
Once again, London's still getting set on defense, and here comes Nethers.
And he stood up by Tyree, I think. No, that was Gandy.
It's like Willard and Gandy in there.
Like Willard,
but he got 5 yards out of that. That's another first down.
Dusty Jones.
Timeout London.
London calls a timeout, and this is what I expected because I couldn't understand them going through a passing game after their first two scores were so successful and so quick.
It was kind of surprising to see him throw downfield a couple of times there because they've been so strong on the ground with the quick hitters. I mean, their backs are quick and their linemen just open up the holes just long enough to make it happen.
So good things are happening right now. We got a timeout, London. London's got to get their defense set again. We have a first and 10 on the 20-yard line. The score is 12-7 with 5:24 to go in the first half. See a couple sets of legs up over top of us.
Well, so far, Gary, this has been kind of a game of momentum, you know. First come out, Licking Valley looked dominant. Their first two series.
Behind the stadium here.
And then all once London started coming back.
And then anyone's lost their Nextel, come on up and see us.
Somebody lost their Nextel. They'll make some quick phone calls, some free calls. Okay, we got
I really kind of doubt that's Carl King since he works for Ameritech. I don't think he'd be carrying his Nextel around.
First and 10. Quick hitter, man. That was
that's Bream.
Takes one tackler and goes on in for a touchdown. Who was that he leaped over for? I couldn't tell.
I'll tell you what.
18-7. He did a little hurdle in that time.
Casey Bream just put the backyard move on David Wasmuth there. Just made him look silly.
Nathan Nethers the snap. Josh Van over the hole.
Went down to go under to hit him low. I don't know if they went down or where they fell at him. I know he got jumped over. As they go for extra point, it's down.
Hayes in for. It's like he's got this one.
Good. We have a score of 19-7. 19-7 with 5:19 to go in the second quarter. Valley put the ball back on the ground and made it look easy.
And you can hear these Licking Valley fans are proud of their team.
Well, and very well they should be. They're 5-0 right now, so they got something to whoop about.
And they're showing signs of greatness at times.
From 11 to 4 p.m.
Showing signs of true dominance.
Fun Day down at Madison Elementary School. $7 admission gets you on everything that's there available. Inflatable activities, lots
I still think this game's a long way from over, Gary. I mean, you know, London still has a chance to assert themselves on offense here before the end of the first half, and they could just get some points on the boards in this final 5:18. You know, London can still be in this ball game. Got to always be the optimist, I guess.
We got the same special team set up with Brock and Myers back. 19-7, 5:19 to go in the first half. And like I said,
Brandon Haynes set to kick off for Licking Valley.
Panthers
Number 12.
took the air out of the ball.
John Myers and number
Right straight down the
32,
field for a score.
Jordan Brock, deep for London.
That's Haynes to kick off. Going to Brock again for the third time tonight. He's trying to go wide.
And he's got that time at the 20-yard line. They got a return of about 7 or 8 yards.
Has number 82, Casey Murray, on the tackle for Licking
He
Valley.
ran a long ways to get to his, to get the
Jordan
find the
Brock
wall.
returns the kickoff. He's brought down by number 30, Ryan Fenton, and number 22,
Ryan Sutton.
Brian White.
And Brian White was
I guess that was 22, not 82.
London takes over 1st and 10
Brian
from the
White.
21-yard line.
19-7. With London 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line. Pitch out to Laney. He slips, cuts back, and he's hit hard at the 25-yard line.
Nice tackle by the middle linebacker, Wolf.
Number 31, Jeremy Wolf.
He picks up the 5 yards on that. We'll make it 2nd and 5. He tried to make a quick cut back there, and I see him slip, lose his footing.
Over $800. So make sure you get your 50-50 raffle. Remember, the half that's going for the athletic boosters is going to be donated to Jake Losberg of Toboso.
2nd and 6. He got 4 yards that time on the 25-yard line. We're under 5 minutes. Going.
That's Laney again.
And he grinds out another 2 or 3 yards.
He brought down there by number 44, Rusty Redmond, the junior.
PJ Laney, the ball carrier, brought down by Rusty Redmond and Trevor Hiles.
That's close to a first down. That's going to bring up about 3rd and a half a yard, 3rd and a foot, Gary.
So now we don't want to do nothing like we did the last time. And the main thing right now is to go ahead and get that first down.
Yeah, it's real important for London's confidence to string a couple first downs here. Even if they don't get on the scoreboard, they got to get the confidence back in their offense again. 3rd and a foot. That's Laney.
He's got room. He's got the first down and then a couple yards. Laney's using that spin move on the line of times there.
Josh Nethers and Trevor Hiles.
Able to advance a couple more yards.
33, Trevor Hiles, the strong safety on the tackle.
So it's 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. We're under the 4-minute mark. 3:33, and the clock's been moving pretty fast tonight. London's taking quite a bit of time to get the play going. We're going to get this play moving here pretty quick. We're going to get a penalty here.
Well, looks like we sent Wheeler to the top side of your screen, out wide. In low to the bottom of your screen. That's Laney over right tackle.
He's got some room. He's got straight down the field. He's going to be run out of bounds on about the 32-yard line.
Carrier knocked out of bounds by number 6, Josh Nethers. 1st and 10, London.
Laney's probably got close to 100 yards tonight.
I'd say he does. You know, I still bet his left arm's still bothering him a little bit from that early season injury, because right there he had an opportunity to stiff arm that man that was coming up to make the tackle, and he didn't even put that arm out there. So
I'm wondering if they're not doing a little more protecting the ball.
Yeah,
We've
that's
had
true
a lot
too,
of
Gary.
problem with fumbling.
Well, that's being a good senior. BJ is. You know, he knows he's got to protect that football.
So we got a 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. 19-7 is the score. Panthers on top.
That's Myers on the reverse.
Myers. And nothing doing. They diagnosed that real quick.
They didn't fool the strong side, the weak side quarterback there, Wade Kirk. They didn't fool him at all.
And it came to the short side of the field, so he didn't have anywhere to go. And they had a host of tacklers sitting there waiting on him.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. So.
2nd and 9. Another misdirection play there. A little razzle-dazzle. 19-7. 2:35 to go in the first half. London trailing.
BJ Laney up the middle.
Nothing doing. As he's smothered by number 31.
That's Jeremy Wolf, the middle linebacker.
And he's not very big.
No, he's 170 pounds. I just looked it up.
That much, he's pretty solid then, because looks like he's about 5'5". 170 pounds, so he's just as big as he is wide.
Going to bring up a big 3rd and 9. With
Third and 9, another big third down.
2 minutes to go in the quarter before halftime.
We're down to, like you said, under 2 minutes. What happened to the 2-minute timeout?
It's like Myers to the top of your screen, Wheeler to the bottom. It's a passing situation. They try the option.
And at least we was smart enough to fall on the ball.
DJ Laney, the ball carrier, brought down in the backfield.
We didn't end up giving up a fumble for a touchdown, because had he not fell on the ball,
for the Red Raiders.
You know, I
could have been in big, big trouble.
can see a lot of people sitting at home screaming at their TV, pick up the ball and run, pick up the ball and run. Well, that's not the way to do it,
That's not the way to do it. You got to fall on that ball and make sure you got it.
I'll tell you, it's going to bring up about a 4th and 18, 4th and 17, according to our scoreboard. So we're definitely see London in a passing situation this time. Looks like we have Enlow out to the bottom of your screen, Wheeler to the top. Looks like Tyree's lined up on the bottom of your screen. I formation. Not really a passing set, but Dickens back to pass.
He layers it out.
Oh,
It's
my.
strong enough clear. He threw that one back to London. So Valley will take over with 56 seconds to go.
Pass intended for Wheeler falls
Take over on the 40-yard line. And where they're moving the ball, they've got time to score.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if we picked that up on the camera, but, you know, that ball's overthrown by almost 15 yards. So I don't know what kind of play both them was looking at, but something wasn't right there.
Well, there was at least 2 defenders right back there, right beside him, so he didn't have a
Wheeler may have
prayer making a catch, even if it was close.
Wheeler may have tried to break off for the short route, and Dickens ran the deep one. That's Kirk coming around.
He's finally brought down by number 69.
That's Micah Stokes.
Wade Kirk, the ball carrier.
It's kind of a flanker reverse. They sent the guy in motion and then handed off to him on his way by.
I think he was first tripped up by number 31. That's Russell, isn't it?
Tell you what, London better get ready here.
Yeah, I think Russell first tripped him up, and Stokes finished it off. We're down under 30-some seconds. 19-7 in the first half. They're going to throw the ball.
Vanover back to pass.
Time.
He's got 6 nethers open out there.
He's finally brought down on the 30-yard line.
That's the backup tailback. He does a nice job of pulling that pass in.
That's one of them things where you say nether, say nether.
Another nethers.
Yeah. And it's 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. They're getting down close to
called Licking Valley.
field goal range again.
Yeah, I think Haynes had the leg on that last one. He just missed a little bit to the left, so.
Still got 22 seconds to go. So they got a timeout. They put some air into this ball. Get a few more yards. That will put a nail in the coffin.
You know, you saw a pretty experienced quarterback right there in Vanover for the fact that, you know, he went back to pass and looks like he had 2 or 3 options with that pass, and the deep routes were covered, and he found the fullback or the tailback coming out on the swing. So nice route, nice catch, nice pass.
How is the Little League coming yet? You had your first one or 2 weeks or what?
We had our first week, had one kind of an upset in the first week from one of the teams. So
pretty good turnout.
Had a nice turnout. Coach Calhoun came out to speak to the teams and speak to the crowds. We had, probably almost 300 people in the range, so I was pretty happy.
That's great. And they're throwing the football. The one who's spinning went and donated the ball for up here.
I'll tell you what, we're close enough. We might be able to catch one of them balls this time.
Get hit upside the head with one.
That's a quick handoff to Bream, the fullback.
Yeah, and
he's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet.
Go and get down. They'll probably call a timeout. Well, they got to move the chains anyway. So they're looking at the score. I told you they had time to score.
Oh, almost
Bream, the ball carrier, brought down by
13 and a half seconds left on the clock. They got at least one chance to throw it into the end zone here.
13 seconds. The score is 19-7.
I'm not sure if they got any timeouts left after this one, so. I'd say at least we'll see Licking Valley take at least one shot in the end zone here.
With 13 seconds, I got a feeling they're going to
maybe one pass play in and then take the field goal if they have to.
They're going to try to put the straw in that breaks the camel's back. They get a score here. It's going to be a rough situation going into halftime. So we got a score right now of 19-7. Like you said, 13.6 seconds to go, and they're on first and 10 on the 7-yard line for the first and goal.
Well, Gary, when's this ball game going to be replayed this week?
I would say probably Monday. I'm trying to get a set time where everybody can see the games, and playing it right after the ball game doesn't work too well. Plus, I've got a volleyball game that has to go on too, and I can't tie the school station up, you know, and I'm not home where I can go up there and take it off and then better play and take it off. So,
well, back to live action. Vanover's under center. They're going to throw at least one play into the end zone. He can't take the sack here.
He's going to try to
run it.
And he's in there.
He's in.
He's in. I told you they had time to score. That makes it 25-7. They're well on their way to their 40 points that they're averaging. And we're looking at 5.4 seconds to go, and Vanover rolls in the end zone.
Well, the rule of thumb there for the quarterback is don't get sacked on that rollout. At least throw the ball out of the back of the end zone. And Vanover just saw a chance
He reached it out of the back of the end zone with it.
He saw a chance to score and took advantage of it. So this is Haynes in for his 4th extra point try of the night.
And that looks like it's good, so that makes it score 26-7.
With 5.4 seconds in the second quarter, Licking Valley 26, London 7.
Except for that one really decent set of plays we had, London is really kind of taking it on the chin right now. We got a score of 26-7, and we got 5.4 seconds to go, first half.
You might be able to hear that big panther in the back.
Yeah, they done stole that from Licking Valley, but I mean from Penn State. But I tell you what, it don't sound nothing like Penn State's.
Mike Hill just informed me that the 50-50 is now over $900.
Give me a ticket. Give me the winning ticket. You know, I'd buy one if I thought I'd get the winning ticket.
Well, we've seen London sustain one good drive on offense, but really when you look at this from a sheer, you know, how the scoring happened, you know, London's had the 160-yard run from Laney, and that's been London's only scoring activity of the night. So
yeah,
Licking Valley's pretty much dominated this first half of football.
They had a couple more good runs from Laney, but I don't understand. I haven't seen him use Tyree yet tonight. And we talked about that, and I don't know why, but
short kick to Willard coming on the run
that's
back.
That's going to end the quarter, end the half for the score of, well, we're going to get one play go.
Scott Willard returns the kickoff.
26-7.
Number 82, Casey Murray.
Halftime will end the score of 26-7.
From their own 37-yard line.
First and 10. Hey, Jim. This is one of them situations where what goes around comes around. London was just pouring on everybody last year. Now we're rebuilding, reloading and rebuilding too. And like I say, it's not going to happen overnight, but I see some good promising ball players out there before this season's over and well into next year.
Well, last play of the first half. So they're just going to go to, looks like Laney.
We will end the first half with a score of 26-7.
Into the first half, Licking Valley
Panthers on top.
London 7.
Well, we got people buying tickets like crazy now. They're
Suddenly Seymour with Sarah Reed on telephone. good you felt as you watched Steve Kelly dance across the screen and sing in the ring? Get ready to feel that way again as the band plays the song, featuring Field Commander Brooke Boring on the mellophone and Senior Guard member Jennifer Osborne in the tap solo. Composer John Williams has set the mood for many of our favorite movies. Thrill TVT, Illustration Balance, God, and experience the awe of Jurassic Park as the band closes tonight's program with a medley from John Williams.
Thank you.
We are up and rolling again. We're coming back for the second half after we had the bands work out. Right down in front of us we have the Licking Valley Panthers band. Had the Licking Valley Panthers band down in front of us. And they're getting down. Pretty neat. That's a good lot. Brings on a lot of spirit. And the couch potatoes are still down in their seats down there. We're looking at a score right now of 26-7 starting the second half. Licking Valley scored with about 30 seconds to go in the first half, at the end of the first half.
So it's like London's set to receive, so maybe a chance to get the ball back here early and possibly get a score up on the board and get a little confidence back in their ball game here.
One thing I hope, I don't want to see them quit. And it's so easy to do when you get down this far. And I'd also like to see them use Tyree a little more. That's wishful thinking. I
think London needs to show a little bit of unpredictability on offense because they've been very predictable with their calls. And you know, we saw one kind of a quick inside flip reverse to Myers coming around the end, but other than that, London's been extremely predictable on offense. So that was Haynes to kick off. That's Sean Myers.
He's still on his feet. He's got it on the plate. He's run out of bounds on about the 35-yard line, 34-yard line.
Knocked out of bounds by number 35, Adam Hines.
That's kind of a good sign there. He didn't quit on that run.
He doesn't go down too easy. He's a pretty elusive runner.
$1,090.
Man, they got a pretty good 50-50 ticket. London comes up a little quicker this time on the ball. Maybe we can catch LV.
It's like Wheeler to the bottom of your screen, Myers out wide to the top of your screen. That's a pitch to Laney going around the left-hand side.
He's caught from behind with material, and he gets back up to maybe to the original line of scrimmage. Somebody got him by the back of the neck.
Ball carrier brought down by Cody Coffenball and Adam Hines.
Well, we've heard Coffenball's name quite a few times tonight.
We are in the third quarter, 26-7.
Got to have a guest up here with us tonight, Jeannie Smith, who works with them. She's the announcer for the band. So.
All right. Does a good job too.
Yep. Looks like maybe we got an equipment problem here with Licking
had another
Valley.
camera here because Carl thinks he's Zorro. He got a blanket on, and I look up and I see nothing but a big blob here. Look like Zorro.
Okay, London finally up this line of scrimmage here. It's like
second and 10 on the 34-yard line.
Quick hitter to Tyree.
And it's good for about 4 or 5 yards. Maybe 3, I think.
Well, that's kind of a new offensive set for London. We put Tyree out into a flanker back position. He was actually on the end, so he was on the end of the line. I don't think they fooled anybody with that, though.
No, I think Tyree's best shot is to catch him coming across the middle, where he's got a few steps of speed, a little steam up.
It's like Dickin in a shotgun formation. It's a little bit different formation. It's like a swing.
Oh. Knocked down by Nether. Didn't fool anybody.
45, Scott Willard.
Went back for a
Jared Nether.
trying to run a screen play there.
That was Coffenball putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback again.
Nether's knocked it down, number 2. So we got 3 and out. Ball on the 39-yard line, 4th and 6.
Let's see if maybe Enlow can get off a good punt here. He's only got about a couple 20-yarders tonight so far.
Uh-oh. At least it's going, it's turning the right way. And it took a bounce back against us again. He's getting an awful wobbly kick. Looks like it's coming off of the side of his foot.
Got a lot more leg on that one. That was almost a 35-yard punt.
Winning ticket worth $1,090. Winning ticket number 709745.
I won!
709745. Bring the winning ticket to the press box.
And a bodyguard.
Yeah.
They're just passing out the 50-50 winner here. Over $1,000 a hand.
We got 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line here. And here comes a quick hitter up the middle.
Nethers
for another.
Dragging behind him, Scott Willard making the tackle.
9-yard run that time.
The ball carrier brought down by Scott
We got a score of 26-7. We are in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 1 on the 50-yard line.
Lundenberg gets set on defense. That's Vanover pitching to Nethers.
Nothing doing on
there.
that time.
Looked like big
six. A loss of about 2 yards.
Micah Stokes on the tackle there for London.
The man with the winning ticket.
We have a maroon Dodge minivan out in the parking lot. License plate number CAT 6559.
We'll bring up 3rd and 1, Gary. Big play here for London's defense if they want to get back in this ball
Dodge
game.
minivan CAT 6559.
Gary was waiting in.
This key won't work.
That's Bream, the fullback, for the 1st down.
And they've widened.
Brought down by Josh Dickens.
We got a man with a handful of money going down through here.
I think we just had our 50-50 winner. Just
I wouldn't go down for that crowd with all that money.
$90.
Be sure to contact the IRS.
And also to Jake Osberg for $1,090.
It brings up 1st and down for the Panthers.
Quarterback keeper, and he's dragged down at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, there was a face mask there, but they didn't see that.
Number 8,
he was caught by the
ball carrier,
ankles.
brought down by Scott Willard and Micah Stokes.
And Micah Stokes in on that tackle.
I don't know how a five-man officiating crew could have missed that one, Gary, but it looked pretty obvious from here.
They stretched him out. One had his ankles, and the other had the face mask. So we got a 2nd and 10 on the 45-yard line.
This is Nethers again on the left-hand side.
This Nethers don't want to go down as they got Jordy Jackson in on that tackle.
It's like Willard missed him, kind of slowed him down a little bit, and Jordy Jackson made the tackle.
David Wassmuth.
David Wassmuth also in on
There's
that
been
tackle
a
that time.
Samsung digital camera brought to the press box.
Hey,
They're losing all kinds.
Bring up 3rd and 4.
Camera brought up here to the press box.
Boy, they're losing all kinds of stuff around here. Got a 3rd and 4 on the 37-yard line. Panthers ahead 26-7.
Pitch to Nethers, around the left-hand side.
He's going to be run out of bounds. Before he's able to get a 1st down, I think.
Down by Brandon.
Well, I don't know if we caught that on camera, but number 9, the wide receiver, made a nice crackback block on 45 Willard there to kind of seal that corner.
Down Licking Valley.
And Licking Valley grounds out another 1st down. They're just slowly grounding and pounding. 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line. Valley on top, 26-7. They've got no reason to pass when they're grounding it out like that. We're down to 7:32 to go in the 3rd quarter.
High formation.
London jumped. Somebody jumped. I don't know if they were drawing off or not. I couldn't see which way the flags went.
Looks like they're going to call. I think that's actually called encroachment. You know, in the pros, people say, well, you can jump over and you can jump back. It's no big deal, but you jump in the neutral zone in high school football, that's a 5-yard penalty.
Either that or line up in the neutral zone, I think.
Yep.
Come on down and join the fun.
That's going to bring up 1st and 5 for Licking Valley.
On the 27-yard line, and they're leading right now 26-7. We are in the middle of the 3rd quarter.
Vanover's back to pass. Nice fake into the middle. Tyree's chasing. Stokes is chasing.
He held the ball for quite a while.
Hanover's pass
kept telling him to trying to get his receiver where he wanted him.
Jordan Brock on the coverage for the Red Raiders.
He's playing pretty smooth quarterback in there.
Well, he's a veteran. I think he's been their quarterback for a couple of years, and seems like a pretty good athlete. Pretty quick on his feet and got a nice strong arm. So
got a 2nd and 5 on the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I keep saying it time and again, but London just doesn't seem like they're catching on to the fact that Licking Valley's setting up quick to run their plays. That's Nethers.
Nethers jumps over and jumps right into trouble.
He jumped into Gandy and Jones there, head on.
We had a little confrontation out there in the middle with number 10 there.
Jared Nethers, the ball carrier, brought down by Dusty Jones and Andre Tyree.
You know, I don't like to see London's players jawing like that. But they do it on occasion.
Yeah, a lot of times you get the jaw when you get down like this too, and you lose focus.
Yeah, that's the first strong hit Dusty Jones had all night, and he acted like it.
And Nethers goes through, and we got flags coming from everywhere.
Watch out!
That looks like a face mask call going to go against London.
Flags coming from everywhere that time.
Flag on the play.
That's going to bring up. That's going to be half a distance to goal penalty, and that's going to bring up first and goal from inside the 10 for Licking Valley.
That's a makeup call.
Yeah, a makeup call.
Actually, they're going to make that. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
First and 10 Panthers.
12 and 12.
12-yard line.
Right, 12. So they're slowly grounding it out, keeping it on the ground.
Licking Valley sent two receivers wide to the top of your screen.
Look for them to come right up the middle.
That's Bream, the fullback.
Casey Bream, the ball carrier, brought down by Dusty Jones.
Dusty Jones, he's hot, boy.
I don't know what the screaming was about.
Yeah, they thought there was a little extra activity out there. It might have been. It's getting a little rough. Tempers are flaring. Scores 26-7.
Well, you got to remember, you get kicked out of one ball game, you miss the next one. B.J. Laning's already found out that once already this year. It's like that's Nethers over right tackle.
And we got another flag.
There's the yellow hanky on Dusty Jones.
Nethers, the ball carrier, brought down by Scott.
I don't know who it's on.
Dusty Jones. There's a flag on the play.
3 plays in a row now. He's managed to either get into some type of fight or confrontation with somebody on the field, and they're not going to let that go on all night.
I think they're getting ready to send somebody in for him.
Get up here right now! Man.
Looks like 31, Matt Russell's going to check in.
Personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct against the Red Raiders.
And we have a second and 8 on the 10-yard line. After we're going to get a mark off here.
Yeah, that may be an automatic first down personal foul penalty.
Yeah, when you get into the scores like this, tempers start flaring, especially when you're not used to losing. This is a new ball game for Jones. Last year, everything was
win,
and all of a sudden we're.
Tell you what, Coach Calhoun just, in my opinion, just needs to set him down for the rest of the ball game. He needs to show the rest of his players that is not going to be accepted on this football field.
So we got a 3rd and 8. In your opinion, and 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, that's Nethers up the middle.
3-yard line, they score again.
Jared Nethers, touchdown, Licking Valley.
32-7. We are 5:27 into the 3rd quarter, and Licking Valley scores again. Panther.
Nathan Nethers to snap, Josh Van over to hold, Brandon Haynes to kick the point after attempt.
Yeah, we'll see Haynes attempt another extra point tonight. He's actually 2 for 3, I think.
Well, they're looking for their, and it's good.
Haynes' point after attempt is good.
Makes it 33. They're only 7 away from their average.
33, London
33 to 7 right now. There's 5:27 to go in the third quarter. London's taking a licking from Licking Valley.
Actually, Licking Valley only averages giving up just a little under 6 points a ball game. They've already had 2 shutouts already this year. So, and the average winning scores of 40 to 6.
Yeah.
You know, it's looking
Well,
like
I'm not trying to make excuses, but I still know that London has a lot of new ball players. A lot of these kids were not starters or were not varsity, and we also have a whole new coaching staff.
The Licking Valley Band Boosters
Until they
are having
bond
a
together and get things rolling together, you're going to have some problems.
At 10 a.m. Tickets are now on
Rome
sale
wasn't
at the
built
Band
overnight.
Booster concession stand in the south end zone.
So,
please help support the band's trip.
and usually you
In
take
April
a
of
team,
2001.
you kill somebody one year, you got to come back and take your lumps and X, unless you got some bunch of people that were sophomores and juniors that done it the year before.
Springfield Northeastern already showed us that.
Yeah.
You put the rub on them one year, and they're going to put the rub on you next.
And if they get a
We
chance,
have a
they're going to
red
rub
Monte
it.
Carlo that needs moved right away.
Yeah, we got-
License plate number CGR 6521. A red Monte Carlo, license plate CGR 6521.
Well, this is Haynes to kick off, and it looks like it's coming down to Jordan Brock.
Jordan Brock takes that up the middle of the field, and he's hit and stood up and put back down again. He looked like he went down and popped up in the air and got pulled back down again, so he had a return of about 10 or 12 yards.
Returns the kickoff. He's brought
I'm
down
pretty
by
impressed tonight with Jordan Brock on his returns. Anytime he gets his hands on the ball, you just feel that excitement that something
Yeah.
could happen.
Yeah, he's going to be a player. There's no doubt about it. He's only a sophomore, so give him some time. We got quite a few sophomores. We got Myers in there. He's wide out here. He's a sophomore.
London's in the rye formation. Wheeler at the top of your screen. Myers at the bottom. Slant to Myers across the middle.
Myers got some room to hold on to the ball. He's all the way up to the 50-yard line.
Josh Dickens' pass is completed to Sean Myers. Brought down by Wade Kirk and
I think we're
Michael
seeing a little
Hayes.
maturity now out of Sean. I saw 2 hands on that football, pretty solid after he caught that pass.
After you make that fumble a while ago, you stop and think about it. And the way the tackling is nowadays, they aren't going after the body so much as they are going after the ball and the tackle. Used to be it wasn't heard of stripping the ball.
Let's bring up 1st and 10 for London from just about the 50-yard line. Dickens back to pass again. He's going for 18 Wheeler across the middle.
And it's caught, and it's good for about 30, 40 yards.
Josh Dickens' pass is completed.
about 36
49, he's clear down to the what yard line?
Brought
down to the
by
19,
Wade
so that's
Kirk
about a-
and Michael Hinger.
From the 49, 50 to the 19.
Timeout called to Licking Valley.
Actually down to the 14, so
Okay.
about a 36-yard, 37-yard pass there.
That's one quick way to get a few points on the board if we can keep it going.
Well, Gary, and I think that's the first time we've seen in a couple weeks where we've actually went for Wheeler across the middle instead of going for that
Wide
deep
out
corner,
down the
for
corner.
that corner route. So, you know, London needs to show a little bit of not imagination, but something a little different on offense. A little ingenuity. Variety, that's it.
But then you get into a situation as a defense letting you do that. You're looking at the defense and see how they're playing. You got some pretty quick boys back there. Not saying that Wheeler's not quick, and he does have the ability to get open.
Yeah, you got to go with what the defense will give you. But you know, I think you can make things happen too, and I'd still like to see him work a little bit on that variety with trying to get the ball into the hands of, like you said, Andre Tyree. I mean,
You got to get the ball in the hands of the people who make things happen. Wheeler's one of them, Tyree's one of them.
that's across the middle.
There it is. It took about 4 people to bring him down, but he couldn't get any footing. He was turned around. By the time he got turned around to go head upfield,
Josh Dickens' pass is
That was about a 9-yard pickup there on the pass to Tyree.
Michael Hinger.
What really set that up was a nice pass, the nice fake by Laney in the backfield, carrying out his fake, and the good job by Dickens to fake that pitch and to and throw the toss pass to Tyree.
We've been looking for him to look for Kyrie, and he finally did. We got a 2nd and 1, so we got about 9 yards on that play. Ball's on the 5-yard line.
That's Laney.
Laney, he should get the 1. It's going to be close.
B.J. Laney, the ball carrier, brought down by Trevor Hiles.
Hiles was your tackler, and Walmers. And we got
First down.
move the chain.
So BJ got just enough on that one. I didn't look like
First and goal, London.
Looked like he got kind of stopped up, but that's first down.
Ball's on the 5-yard line. We still got 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Clock don't stop. That clock's been moving pretty rapid tonight, Carl.
Yep.
5 formation for London. Willard and
I was getting ready to say call quarterback sneak, but didn't go much where. Didn't go much where. How'd you like that?
Josh Dickens, the ball carrier, brought down by the interior line of the Panther defense.
You know, I think that only works sometimes when you audibilize that. I don't know if it works so well when you try to make that call from the sidelines. It just didn't look like there was any room there to run that play.
I couldn't tell, but he got 3 yards on it because the ball was on the 5. So it's 2nd and 2 on the 2. 2-2-2.
Oh, the defensive man fell down on that. That's a touchdown to Wheeler.
Yeah, it looked like he turned his ankle trying to cover Wheeler.
18 Brandon Wheeler.
18 Wheeler.
Touchdown.
Scores. Makes the score 33-13. We got a lot of threes up there. London's got to kick his check score, get one of them threes off there.
3:04 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Hey, Dick, how we doing?
Carl said used to ain't 6s.
Ross Deo to hold and Sean Myers to attempt the point after.
Myers didn't like that flag out there on the field, so he moved out of his way so he don't slip on it. He's going for the point after.
So I put it right in the student section here.
Wow.
Right over the
And
student
it's good.
section.
And we got a score now of 33-14.
3:04, 3rd quarter.
So we got 3:04 left in the
14,
3rd quarter. 33-14, Licking Valley. As London prepares to kick off. London has shown they can score, it's just their defense is not able to stop their running game.
Well, it's the 2nd long sustained drive we've seen from London tonight. This one turned into a score. The last one they couldn't punch it in. Other than the long run from Laney early in the ball game.
Yeah.
Some more updates for you in the 3rd quarter. Heath 21, Granville 0. Pickerington 21, North 0.
Pickerington.
And the Indians are up in the bottom of the 6th, 8-4 over the Blue Jays.
Evidently this must be Indian country.
Yeah, like they care.
I'd say it's a little bit early yet for London to try any kind of an onside kick, but looks like
it's really hard to say.
Licking Valley's planning on London kicking it deep.
Panthers, number 2, Jared Nethers, and number 6, Josh
some
Nethers.
small numbers up there, so there might be a lot of good hands people.
London tries the onside kick, and they recover.
But they didn't go 10 yards.
Yes, they did. He got that past the 50, and he kicked it off at the 40.
Yep.
So that's London's ball.
Yeah, baby.
How about that?
Onside kick is recovered by the Red Raiders.
How about that? It didn't look like it went that far.
I saw Licking Valley's front line started running backwards to set up blocking formation. I can't believe a team that well coached as Licking Valley would fall for that easy of an onside kick.
No one up there.
No one at all up there.
No one.
Well, the ball looked like that was a heck of an onside kick because he got under it and just lifted it.
They were ahead of the ball.
Yeah. It looked like it was going to go airborne.
Well, Sean did an excellent job there, that's for sure. But
so London takes over 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. You got to make something happen now.
Dickens been under pressure all night. He's throwing for Myers.
And he was overthrown by another 5 to 8 yards.
Josh Dickens pass intended for Sean Myers.
A lot of pressure on Dickens.
A lot of pressure on Dickens. The offensive line's got to get him a little bit more of a pocket. He's got to have an opportunity to at least take a look downfield and see if the receiver's there or not.
A lot of people thought Dale was going to be the quarterback this year. Evidently, he hasn't showing them what they want to see or something, because I know he has an excellent arm as far as the passing game goes.
Well, Dickens one of the top 20 passers in Central Ohio as far as yardage, so I mean, he's put up the statistics. Back to pass again. He's going deep this time to Wheeler. He's out there. Wheeler
makes the catch, and he's down to the 5-yard line. Wheeler makes another one of them fantastic 18-wheeler pass catches. I'll get it right here in a minute.
That's why Brandon was all-state last year right there. It's just exactly that.
Because he was really, it couldn't have been defended much better than that.
Yeah, Kirk was all over him, and Kirk's an outstanding receiver in his own right, so they were just fighting over the ball.
The Raiders are making a ploy to come back. We get a score here, we're back in the ball. We're pushing back in this game.
Big confidence builder for London here.
1st and 6 on the 6.
Now it looks like the QB keeper's there.
Yeah, they need a Buffalo package in there now. Oh, and we drew somebody off. So, looks like they're throwing in London's backfield, so it might go against London.
Flag on the play is illegal procedure against the Red Raiders.
That was thrown against London.
Yeah, it's thrown against London.
That's not going to help.
London got a little over anxious, and that cost us 5 yards. Put us back to the 10. So it's 1st and
well, actually, that
go on 11.
That's the second teamer in there. Made that. Laney, nice block from Myers.
Yeah, he's run back, and he's still
on his
working.
feet.
He might have got a yard or two, but he had to work for every inch he got. One thing about Laney is he keeps his feet moving. And he's fairly short and stocky, so he keeps them legs moving. He's going to make something happen.
Well, he did get one nice kind of a crackback block there from Sean Myers, where he's come down and blocked on the linebacker.
And we're still 2nd and 10 on the 10. 2nd and goal, really.
This is a big possession for London here. If they can punch it in and get 7 points, we got a whole new ball game going. Dickens back to pass. He's going for Willard.
And we got a flag here.
That's a personal foul penalty against Licking Valley.
Licking Valley.
45, Scott Willard falls incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
I think they're going to call a taunting penalty on the Licking Valley defender there. And that's going to hurt, because that should be an automatic 1st down. London really needs that.
I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but he's been doing that quite a bit. 31.
I think the referees have sent out a message here that we're not going to let this thing get out of control.
Jeremy Wolf done the same thing down there. He's the one that got Joan Dusty into that taunting thing and roughing the stuff, carrying on. And sometimes it works for him, sometimes it works. So we got a 2nd and 5 on the 5.
Oh, the down marker shows 3rd, scoreboard shows 2nd. I formation for London. Myers is on the bottom of your screen. That's Laney. Looks like he slipped a little. Nice tackle on the play by Coffin Ball.
So he's probably down to about the 2-yard line.
Brings up 4th and goal.
4th and goal.
It's like 4th and goal from about the 4, I think.
That's a long 4 too. Field goal's not going to help us. We only got one, and we're under a minute now to go in the 3rd quarter. So let's see what happens here.
Licking Valley fans are on their feet. Look for Wheeler at the top of your screen. He's on the slant. Touchdown.
Oh, knocked down. Beautiful defensive play by number 8.
That was Vanover, the quarterback, playing cornerback.
And they had that play sniffed out from the get-go.
Knocked down by number 8. Josh Vanover.
Tell you, Gary, from our angle, it sure looked like that was going to be a touchdown. Vanover just barely got his hand in there.
Yeah, I can see the play all the way. He had the perfect defense there. Knocked the ball down. Only thing that could have helped that play probably if the ball had been thrown a little bit further to the inside, where Vanover couldn't reach it.
So big defensive stand there by Licking Valley.
Outstanding play by London. Licking Valley holds They take over 1st and 10 on the 5. And he's driven back. London's got a second wind here. We got
David Wassman.
Josh
Go ahead,
Smithers, the
Gary.
ball carrier, brought down by Dusty
33 to
Jones and
14.
Scott Willard.
Willard and Wassmith down on Jones and Wassmith. Who was that?
Looked like Wassmith and Willard in there on the tackle.
Okay.
We might have one more play here in the 3rd quarter if we get it off.
They're pretty good about getting plays off. Quarterback
Jordy Jackson chasing Van over.
For the distance, and it's caught. Comes back and makes the catch. And we had 3 people running around out there, nowhere near the ball.
That was number 9, Kirk. He averages 28 yards a catch, so he's kind of been their go-to man all year. He was wide open.
That's hard to believe. We had 3 people. I don't know if we was in a zone or what we were in, but for him to come back between all 3 of them people and make that catch, that was unbelievable.
Well, if you look at the body language of the 2 teams here, Licking Valley's up and excited, and London's kind of just walking around with their head down. It's just not, you know, you think they were pretty dejected after not scoring on that last opportunity.
And we were on into the 4th quarter, and we have a score of 33 to 14 going into the 4th quarter there. And Valley has the ball, 2nd down on the 29-yard line. So
catching the band there, Carl.
If we can reach him.
Any sign of the redhead?
Might not have made the trip.
It'd be cold without your shirt tonight, I'll tell you.
He was at the volleyball game last night.
He was there?
Oh, yeah.
With his wig?
Yeah.
And his tights?
Tights, and I was told that is painted on.
Is it real?
The top. His top half is painted on.
I better check with him on his paint supplier there, Gary.
There you go.
Get a chance to make a little bit of money off that young man.
Quick plug in there. Paint Plus by Keith Smith.
I could sponsor that guy's clothes.
Licking Valley, 1st and 10. Quick hitter, and Tyree puts a hit on him.
Tyree put a big hit on there.
Like you run into a Mack truck.
Ball carrier brought down by Andre Tyree.
We have a score of 33-14. We just started the 4th quarter.
I tell you, as well as Licking Valley runs the ball, I'd look for them just to run the ball a lot here in the 4th quarter, try to eat up as much time as they can, get a couple first downs, and just try to take her on down the field.
I tell you what, they do mix it up quite a bit. Even though they run a lot, they put the pass plays in at the right time. And here comes that little scat back. He's good for a 1st down.
That's number 6, the junior, Josh Nethers. He's the backup tailback.
Number 6, Josh
So
Nethers.
it's not one
Nethers or Nethers.
It's not one Nethers, it's a Nethers. Nether.
Nether.
1st and 10 Panthers.
Never say nether. Nether. And I think the Panthers going to eat up somebody right down there in front of you, Carl. I don't know. You almost had that somebody's head in his mouth. It's kind of a skinny Panther, isn't it? Okay, 33-14. 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. Somebody moved with no flags. And he was leveled by Wassmith, I believe.
Yeah, David looked like he come up real strong from his safety position. That was number 45, Casey Bream, on the carry.
He was already stopped, but then Wassmith put the finishing touch on it. Willard made the initial tackle.
Free shot.
Yeah, it was a free shot there, wasn't it? You take all them you can get. 33-14. 10-31. Go ahead, Carl.
Need a turnover.
Going to bring up 2nd and 2 here. We talked about those well-timed passing plays for Licking Valley.
And we almost got it. We almost got it. There was a fumble. Call it.
It was a fumble, man.
Here's the fumble.
Turnover.
Watch your mouth.
Fumble recovered by the Panthers.
He's just kidding.
Brings up 3rd down.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4, yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah. Say it a little louder so we get some more people on it. I'm going to say he did it. Got a wide out to both sides. Got a double wide out to the left. To the far side of the field. And it's a drive up the middle. Nothing doing.
That's going to be Josh Nethers. That's going to bring up about 4th and 1 from midfield. So my guess is that they'll punt. But
I'm seeing more than 4th and 1.
Brings up 4th down for the Panthers.
4th and 3.
It's a short 3.
That's 3. You can just look where the stick is.
So for the second time tonight, we'll see number 10, Troyer, back to punt for the Panthers.
Brandon Wheeler.
Brandon, 18 Wheeler.
Come on.
Back. We need another spectacular play out of him. And then finish it off afterwards. We're not going to block this one.
Oh, nice punt by Troyer. He's sending Wheeler way back, and he's going to fair catch it down around the 10-yard line.
We got a flag. He was tackled after he made a fair catch.
There you go.
Well,
that's what I'm talking about.
In defense of Licking Valley, I mean, Brandon did throw that hand up there, but
it was a
he was
little
kind of running backwards at the same time, so it was a little tough to see.
But
I don't think it wasn't a cheap shot. I don't think it wasn't anything dangerous. I don't think.
Well, I think common sense is going to tell you, if a man's running backwards, he ain't going to try to run the ball. But this is football.
Yeah. Well,
it's a game of contact.
It's going to be a big help to get London out of this hole.
But you got to give him, how much room you got to give him, Keith? I think you gave me that rule once before.
Well, actually, everybody thinks you got to give him.
I think you was wrong.
No, everybody thinks you got to give him 2 yards, but in high school, the only thing is you got to give an unobstructed chance for them to receive the ball. Is the way it's written. So you can be standing right next to them just as long as you don't get in their way.
I'll check with my source and see if you're right. 1st and 10 on the 26, 33-14.
Well, London's going to have to pass the ball to get back in this game. Wheeler to the bottom of your screen. Looks like Dickens throwing the short route to Willard.
And he's going to be brought down
like maybe a fumble.
Loose ball. It looked like it's still in bounds.
We couldn't see that from here, but that looked like he was out of bounds when he recovered that fumble.
They're still in bounds. They had the official right on top of it. If he'd have been out of bounds, he'd have been up inside, because the players are standing right on the sideline there. We need a turnover!
They hollered, there's your turnover. That's cold.
Once again, fumbleitis hurts London's opportunities here.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get out of bounds there for a second.
Try and get that little extra.
1st and 10 on the 41-yard line, so we just turned the ball back over.
Looks like Licking Valley's still staying with their first team offense.
They're spreading the field. They got a score of 33-14 and 8:44 to go in the contest.
Jared Nethers, their number 1 tailback's back in there. He's around the right-hand side. Micah Stokes on the tackle for London.
Nethers is he's a pretty quick little runner. He picked up probably about, looks like he might have picked up 2 or 3 yards, making it 2nd and 8. Now we need another turnover.
Jerry's getting some mean looks here from the Licking Valley fans.
Everybody's turned around staring at me. There's a little old lady down there. She's ready to come up here and wring my neck. 2nd and 8 on the 37-yard line. Carl started that mess. There goes Nethers. He's loose. And there's the turnover. It don't look like anybody's going to touch him. Touchdown, Licking Valley. And they're 1 point shy of their 40 points. 40-point average. And there's our turnover.
I think the crowd's going to turn on us here, Gary. Nice run by Nethers, though. Excellent job of keeping his head up.
Nathan Nethers to snap, Josh Van over to hold, Brandon Haynes to kick the point after attempt.
So point after attempt, they're going for 40, and like you said, their average is 40. Right now it's 39-14.
Well, Haynes is 3 for 4 tonight on his extra point attempt, so see if he can go 4 for 5.
And it's there. Makes it 40-14. So we got 7:55 to go in the 4th quarter. London 14, Licking Valley 40. Lennon sets up to make another. I think we're finally getting kind of getting down. And there goes the Panther.
Comes the Panther with the flag. I think Carl's picking him up.
I know it. I never seen such luck in all my life. It looks like it, don't it? We had a score of 40-14. The Panthers are on top. We're first. Panthers getting ready to kick off. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not going to let you get out of here.
I have no friends in this county, Gary. Protect me here.
You told me you had an ex-roommate living right across the hill over there.
Yeah, my old college roommate lives down that way, but he's not a sheriff.
Sean Myers and Jordan Brock.
I think the sheriff might even turn around.
Brandon Hayes to kick off for the Panthers.
Oh, well, we got to have a little fun some way, you know. It's only a ball game. 40-14. Like the man said at the beginning of the game, it's a contest. It's a sportsmanlike, and we want it from the fans too, so don't be coming up here jumping on Keith and Carl because they're saying all that stuff.
That's Haynes with a nice kick. Looks like Sean Myers is going to step in front of Jordan Brock and take the ball.
And he's going to get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Looks like he brings it back to about the London 27 or 28-yard line.
I don't know why he wasn't cut in front of him, because the ball was kicked right straight unless he was directed to take the kickoff.
And Tanner Rommers.
So they got a return of about 15 yards. London takes over first and 10 on the 27-yard line.
From their own 27-yard line.
40-14 with 7:18 to go in the contest. London sticking with the same crew.
Oh, that's 66, just missed him in the backfield.
Out of a busted play.
Hey, look at him. He knocked 3 of them down.
Nice tackle out there by Jared Nethers, number 6.
So he turned a busted play into a
Josh Nethers
near
out
first
there.
down.
It wasn't Jared Nethers, it was another Nethers.
Another Nethers.
Josh Nethers.
And he turned the busted play into a first down. First and 10.
Junior, the quarterback. Yeah, junior.
Looks like Tanner Lamers had him in the backfield there, but couldn't quite put the handle on him.
That good thing we had last year, we lost everybody. So we might be back next year. Who knows? 40-14 right now with 7:38 to go in the contest. Licking Valley is putting a licking on London. And we have a timeout. I don't think the chains were set. Official timeout.
London bring your crew with it.
They had the arrow pointed the wrong way.
London bring your crew with it.
What crew's that? Oh, their own. They got jackets saying chain gang too. Yeah.
Looks like Dickens back to pass.
And Enlow, isn't that Enlow?
That was Enlow.
Enlow made a complete 360 and missed that pass. Looked like he had it.
Looked like a ballerina.
He did. Looked like he was going up to do a ballerina twirl for that Olympics or something. Whatever he did, he did. He didn't come down with the ball. So we still have 2nd and 10 on the 40-yard line.
Come on now.
I think here's a chance for London to try to build up a little bit of confidence in their passing game. You know, it's still a long season. If they can still come out of this season with an above 500 record. Dickens back to pass. He's got Myers on the short route.
He throws a shovel pass there
to Laney.
Laney's got some room. It's a foot race. He's going to be run out of bounds.
He gets hit late going out of bounds, and there's another 15 yards.
Dickens pass is completed to B.J. Laney.
And a good quick thinking by Dickens to get that, keep him getting sacked back there.
Looks good when it works, Gary, but it's kind of scary though at times.
Was it a design play? That's what I'm wondering.
I'm not so sure it was. He was looking for Myers out here on the short route. It worked somehow or other.
The way they were sitting there, it looked like it might have been designed. I don't know.
It looked better than that on paper for what?
Well, B.J. Laney did a nice job making something out of nothing right there. Looked extremely quick getting around the outside.
Good at getting rid of that ball in like the quick pitches and He's very deceptive. So we got a first down. New breath toward another score. First and 10 on the 26-yard line.
7:20 to go in the ball game. 40-14. Looks like Myers is back to pass. He started a duck out there. Wheeler's caught it.
Wheeler makes another exceptional catch. He's been making them catches for 2 or 3 years now.
Sean Myers
18-wheeler.
to Brandon Wheeler.
And we're getting all the way down there again. Now can we punch it in?
Red Raiders.
I called that one a duck by Sean. That actually had pretty good spiral on it. It just kind of floated out there just a little bit too long, a little scary.
Wheeler made an exceptional catch on that.
Yes, he did. Nice catch by Brandon.
You know, his main game is baseball.
Bottom of the 8th inning.
Let's see if London can punch this in. First and goal. Wheeler back to, or Tyree.
You're not going to stop that big man that close. Oh, man.
That was Dickin back to pass. Looking
Dickin's
good.
Pass is completed to Andre Tyree. Touchdown of London.
Yeah, he was. There wasn't nobody there to run over. He wanted somebody.
That goalpost. That's the call again.
Knock the goalpost down. So we have a score of 40-20. Then London's down 20. We still got 6:48 to go in the contest. London will be kicking off.
You know, this is the
After the extra point try.
biggest offensive output against Licking Valley all year, so I guess London at least come away with a little bit of a moral victory here.
So
gonna go for 2 here.
a couple bright spots here.
Dickin's gonna be back to pass.
And it's no good. So we still have a score of 40-20. 6:48 to go in the fourth quarter. London finally scores.
6:48 of the fourth quarter. London 20, Licking Valley 40.
Well, 6:48 to go in the contest here. Maybe Licking Valley's going to maybe learn something from last week. We might see their hands team come out to receive this kickoff.
Absolutely.
I couldn't believe London was able to pull off that onside kick last time around. That was a good on such a well-coached team. So
he called it at the right time though, because they wasn't ready for it.
Yep. Carl, our cameraman up here, is giving us all the insights on the onside kick, and I look for Licking Valley put their good hands team up front there this time.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get caught off balance like that again. Because that was, you couldn't ask for a more perfect onside kick than that one. Deceptive.
Had the ball.
And Carl, what we got here? We got
a panther and a football head.
That's a weird looking football, ain't it? Oh, it's sideways. That's about an ugly football, too.
Sean Myers set the kickoff for the Red Raiders.
Well, you can see here that
Tyler Lewis.
Licking Valley's put 9 men up within 10 yards of the
Panthers.
in the first 10 yards.
So we'll try to drop it right over the second set of line people's heads.
We got 2 men deep, and imagine that. We have no nethers deep to return for the Panthers.
That's unreal.
Try another onside kick.
And they had enough people around there. It was kicked hard and on the ground.
Looks like Licking Valley fell on it.
Let's see, Myers
is recovered
a
number 35, Adam Hines.
soccer player.
First and 10 Panthers from their own 45-yard line.
They picked him up off the soccer team as a freshman to kick field goals and extra points for the football team. And I think he ended up giving up soccer altogether.
Well, I think the idea there was just try to kick a line drive and get it to bounce off somebody and possibly fall on it, but Licking Valley falls on it, comes up with good field position at their own 45-yard line.
First and 10 on the 45-yard line, scores 40-20. And there's nothing doing that time, and that's probably another Nethers.
That's
Number
Josh
6.
Nethers, the junior, backup tailback.
How many tackles has he made tonight?
Josh
He's made his share
brought down by number 21, Andre Tyree.
40-20 right now. We're down to 6:27 mark. Carl, how are we doing on time up there?
He's 16.
13 to go in the contest.
That's Josh Nethers, number 6.
Yeah, and he's good. He rolls off a first down. He comes through there like a ball of fire.
Josh Nethers, the ball carrier.
He will not stop him. He will not be denied that first down.
Dusty Jones.
Dusty Jones in on that tackle.
Yeah, Gary, it's pretty obvious. You can see why this is the #1 Division IV team in Central Ohio, according to the Columbus Dispatch. They seem to have it all.
I tell you what, they got a heck of a running game. They're looking really good on the ground.
Well, I think they've got an experienced quarterback. We've seen him make some nice plays tonight. Their line's been steady. And good defense.
They've got a mean weight room. This building right down here is their weight room. You ought to see their weight room set up. It's all over pieces. That's in his shirt.
The building? Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Looks like this time Vanover's around the left-hand side. He's got some room. There's nobody out there.
He's got some wheels. He's run out of bounds on about the 10-yard line.
Looks like B.J. Laney just barely caught him there. Guy managed to push him out of bounds.
Well, he made such a beautiful stutter step. He faked the handoff into the line, just stood there for probably a count of 3 before he even took off.
You know, he's been setting that play up all night. Yeah. Every time he carries out his fake from the quarterback position after he hands the ball off. You know, he keeps faking like he's got it, and eventually it sets him up to hold on to that football and just take it around the end.
First and 10 on the 15-yard line.
That's a fullback Bream up the middle. Oh, they fooled everybody. I hope our cameraman caught that, because I think they fooled everybody on that one.
And that's going to run the score up over 50.
How's that?
Huh?
How's that?
Nathan,
I didn't know they'd already put the score up there. I seen that 40. They get their score up there quick. Ours didn't get up there for almost a half a quarter.
Doctor it up, Gary.
Well, they did. Remember when they didn't give us that point?
6th attempt by Haynes tonight for an extra point.
Man, he can boom the ball, can he?
He's 5 for 6.
Point after attempt is good. 5:19 in the fourth quarter. London 20, Licking Valley 47.
47-20, Licking Valley with 5:19 to go in the quarter. How we doing on time, buddy? We gonna be all right?
Yeah, 2:19.
Well, Gary, last week Licking Valley put a 55 spot on Grandview, so
Put a what?
they put a 55 spot on Grandview, so they're used to scoring big points.
Yeah, they're having a good year so far. And you have those.
Middle school and high school students, don't forget the 5th quarter down at the Martin United Methodist Church right after the game.
LV comes out, getting ready to make their pitch, kick off. We have a score of 47-20 with 5:19 to go in the contest.
I know it's hard for London to stay excited in this ball game, but you just see the Licking Valley players going out there and up on their toes or bouncing around, look like they're having fun, and London's walking out on the field with their head down.
You got to stop and remember we done the same thing last year.
Yeah, you're right.
We went 10-1, only losses in the playoff, and we were running up scores like this.
It's definitely a lot more fun when you're winning. Looks like Myers is going to have a chance to return this one.
He's got some room right down the sideline. Cut back. He's going to get, nope, he's still on his feet. Oh, he's got a good block, but I don't know whether he'll pitch back. Can he go? Going to be going a touchdown. And we got a flag in the end zone.
He dove in the end zone.
No, I think that's going against Licking Valley. I don't think
he dove in the end zone and they called a penalty.
Number 12, Sean Myers with the touchdown for...
Well, they got a little something exciting there.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if we caught it on camera there, but David Wasmuth had a beautiful block in midfield.
I thought that was going to be a clip there for a minute.
He just got his head around front. But beautiful run by Sean Myers. He showed some excellent quickness there.
Watch this. Yeah.
We're going to call unsportsmanlike conduct against London.
He dove in the end zone. Can you believe that?
Yep.
Well, that's taunting.
Conduct on the Red Raiders.
If that ain't Chinchy. I never seen nothing.
This one dove.
Because he dove in the end zone.
And the guy was coming up on him.
It looks like Myers now out of breath is going to have to try to kick a, looks like about a 35-yard extra point here.
Well, one thing they did, they couldn't take the touchdown away from him. So it's 47-26.
Ross Deo to hold Sean Myers to try the point after attempt.
5:03 to go in the ball game here. 47-26. London trying to tack on their 27th point. High snap. That's going to be short.
Going to be short. A little bit too tired. Looked like it might have been tipped too. But anyway, after a super kickoff run back for a touchdown, Sean Myers scores and makes the score 47-26. So now we've been a little bit too late in the contest, but we've been trading touchdowns.
Another onside.
Yeah, I think we're going to see another onside kick by London here. So
Another attempt at an onside kick, huh?
Why not?
Let's be sure we got enough time. The way they're running and stopping the clock.
well, one thing I've noticed about Licking Valley, they don't play nearly as many guys two ways as London does. So if fatigue's going to be a factor here at the end of the ball game, I'd say Licking Valley is going to have the advantage. Of course, being ahead by 21 points doesn't hurt anything anyway.
I can't believe they called it unsportsmanlike because the kid dove in the end zone. Now that's getting a little bit picky. And he had him on his heels.
Right.
He didn't know where the defense was.
Making sure he got in.
Yeah. I don't think he was showing out. I think he was trying to make sure he got in. Somebody was right on his heels when he went down.
Sean Myers sent the kickoff for London. Tyler Lewis and Michael Hanger.
I see why Myers wanted the ball a while ago when he took it away from Brock. He was feeling it. He felt that one.
Looks like London's lining up to, looks like they're going to kick to the right here to the top of your screen, but
we're talking about a kid that came off of the soccer team. He didn't.
well, another short kick for London.
Wow. He got a good hit there.
That was the starting tailback, Jared Nethers on the recovery there.
He didn't come off the soccer team. I thought he played soccer when he first started kicking.
I think.
Who was that? Didn't we have somebody come off the soccer team and kick?
Tobin.
Is that where Tobin?
Years ago.
Okay, okay. I take that back.
That wasn't the Meade boy that kicked a couple for London last year.
Oh.
Pat Meade.
Did he play on the soccer?
I'm not sure where he came from.
It might have. I might be going clear back to Tobin.
Pretty sure Sean's come through the London Area Boys Football League.
Yeah, I might be going clear back to Tobin. My bad.
Had a brain locked up.
Yeah, 47-26. Shut up, Carl.
Jaw locked up.
Yeah, it's locked up again.
That's number 2 Nethers. No.
Everybody's hollering, go, 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 and he's down 5 yards deep in the backfield.
I was watching the tailback going up the middle, so I'm not sure how number 32 got the ball.
They're hollering, go! And he's down. He ain't going nowhere.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 14 for the Panthers here.
We're down to 4:46. Even though we're down as many points as we are, it's still been a decent ball game.
Very exciting ball game.
We've learned a lot. We've learned we can score, but most of them have been big plays.
That's 45 Bream up through the middle, and there's not much going on there.
Casey Bream, the ball carrier.
Looks like Jordan Brock,
the Red Raiders.
Jordan Brock and Scott Willard.
Out is called in London.
But you know, I always hear these announcers talking about, well, they won on a lot of big plays, but it seems like that's what wins ball games, is big plays. That's a major part of the game, is big plays. Anytime you score is a big play, huh?
Yep.
So we got a timeout here, and this timeout's helping us fill up this tape, ain't it?
Yeah, 2:25.
Okay.
It'll be all right.
We got 4:13 to go. Keep your eye on it, because I don't want to...
Not have the end of the game.
Yeah, not have the end of the game on. Couldn't have worked out any better so far as time on the tape. It could have worked out better as far as the score. We have a score of 47-26. And the Panthers have the ball on the 47-yard line. Third and, that's the first down, ain't it?
3rd and 13.
See, I'm lost now.
Another brain lock.
Another brain lock.
Alzheimer's setting in.
I'm cold, man.
Oh, that's it. Brains froze.
Brain's froze.
Brain freeze.
My feet's frozen. That's where my brain's at.
That's what happens when you eat a Wendy's Frosty too quick. You get that brain freeze going on,
man.
doesn't it?
Now you gotta put a plug in for Wendy's, and I can't stand Dave.
That could be a lateral. Nethers better run that. They're calling an incomplete pass.
That was thrown behind the line. That should have been a lateral.
And we were right on that one, right on the line.
Fourth down for the Panthers.
Fourth down for the Panthers, so London's going to get another shot at
Return.
a return.
Kickoff. Now we need a punt return for a touchdown.
Where's Myers at?
18 Wheeler.
Where's Myers got his wheels back? Got his breath back. We got Wheeler back this time.
Tell you what, last punt, number 10, Boone Troyer got off, was a
Brandon Wheeler
kicked about 45 yards, almost over Wheeler's head.
He's
so.
not very big either.
He's a 140-pound junior. He gets some leg into it.
Yeah, it don't take much. You just got to hit that ball right. It's all in technique.
Almost blocked. Nice high punt. It's like Wheeler's calling a fair catch. Jordan Brock picks it up.
Brock better be careful grabbing that ball like that.
I'm not so sure one man can call a fair catch and another one can pick up the ball and run with it. So
returns the punt for London.
He grabbed that ball and there was 2 players right on top of him.
Matthew Fellman.
You see the way that guy centered the ball?
I didn't catch it.
Picked it up, went forward, and threw it back. Weird.
He passed it to him through his legs, huh?
oh, talking about on the snap?
Yeah.
Center picked it up and then threw it through his legs.
22-yard line.
Picked it up, run forward, and then
And if you're quick enough, you could probably could have
take it away from
catch you.
he picked the ball up, take it.
I could see London work on their passing game here a little bit. 3:56 to go in the ball game. Dickenbach, he's throwing the looping pass out there to Myers. That looks like it
was nearly picked off.
Looks like Kirk out there on coverage. He nearly picked that ball off.
Yeah,
Josh Dickens pass intended for Sean
they're
Myers.
looking for that pass.
Falls incomplete. Wade Kirk on the coverage for the
The
Panthers.
18-wheelers out there and had good defense on him that time. We have a score of 47-26, and we got 3:50 to go in the contest. Second down on the 22-yard line. 2nd and 10.
11 minutes to go on the tape.
And 11 minutes going on the tape. We got to get 11 minutes.
3:50 to go in the ball game.
We're running right down to the last minute.
Like Dickens going back to pass again. He's got some time. He's throwing across the field to Tyree, and he just couldn't get enough steam on that ball.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get his feet set. And I tell you what, if Tyree would have caught it, there was about 7 red shirts out there sitting there waiting.
And it took 7.
Yeah, we're probably taking the 7.
Kind of an ill-advised pass thrown all the way back across the field like that, because if one of them red shirts would have stepped up, it'd been 7 points, but not for London.
None of their fans look like they're left.
Huh?
Other fans look like they're still here.
Oh, yeah, they're not going nowhere. They're going to stay here and keep the traffic tied up so we can't get out. They might not let us out, Carl. Third and 10.
Thrown out here for Wheeler.
Picked off out of bounds.
Is he hurt?
Josh Dickens pass intended for Brandon Wheeler falls incomplete. Trevor Hiles on the
Bring
coverage.
up 4th and 10.
4th
so.
and 10 on the 22-yard line.
Go for this. Yep.
Don't have any choice but to go for it. We're down to the 3:37 mark. So we got to make something happen here. Enlow's coming in the game, our punter.
Well, he's also a wide receiver, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll put in a 3 wide receiver set here. Looks like Laney's going to come to the bottom of your screen. Wheeler and Enlow to the top of your screen.
Look for Josh Dickens to keep the ball.
Shotgun formation by Dickens. Looks like London jumped. That's going to set them back, make it 4th and 15.
Making it harder on ourselves.
procedure called against
How we doing,
London.
Carl?
9 minutes.
Ooh, we're getting close.
9 minutes to get 3:36.
Yeah, and if they get the ball and put it on the ground, we're okay. But if they don't, we might have to do some stopping.
Have faith.
Yeah, we need room for the end of it.
Well, London's got to throw the ball downfield here with 15 yards to go. So Dickin rolls to his right, fakes, pumps. He's in trouble.
And he's down inbounds. So Licking Valley will take over.
Looks like Licking Valley's going to take over at the London about 11 or 12 yard line. So Licking Valley's going to have excellent field position. See if they can put that 55 spot back up on the board again this week.
Now, if they do, they're going to have to pull some magic because 7 are only making 54. Take it away from us like they did that, calling that bad call down there. The kid dove in the end zone. They're going to call over celebration or something. Unsportsmanlike conduct. You're not allowed to be happy anymore.
Yep. It's like
1st and 10 on the 13-yard line, and here comes Valley.
That's Nethers.
They're keeping the ball on the ground.
You know, 3:20 to go in the ball game. I think you try to get some clean jerseys in there.
47-26.
Yeah, you got a 21-point lead. I think you'd have to start working some of your kids in. But
You'd think they would, but I got a feeling they won't. They're probably going for their 50-some points.
well, this is going to be a year to remember for their football program. I think they're probably going to try to ride it out best they can, try to get the highest state ranking they can, and
Yeah,
because this is a very good football team Licking Valley's put on
they're
the
on their
field.
way to a good ranking. And they're just overloading that left side.
That's Nethers again. He's almost
He's
down
down
there.
to about the 3-yard line, looks like. So they may put it in the end zone, Carl.
All Carl wants to do is keep that camera rolling.
Here's Nethers the ball
Yeah, but
carrier.
we
that clock
don't want to run out of tape, though. We want to have the ending on here.
Panthers from the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
1st and goal from the 2, so
Well, if they score, that's going to stop it.
Yeah, I'll probably stop it.
We're down to 2:24, 47-26, and the Panthers are 1st and goal from the 2.
I'll make a little prediction here. Watch number 35, Adam Hines, the fullback. He's a senior. They may try to just get him a score.
You think they will, huh?
Now they can get him a block. Nether scores.
Nethers, and Nethers scores.
Touchdown, number 2, Jared Nethers.
Makes it 53-26.
If it ain't one, it's another.
It's another. One Nether, it's another Nether. 53-26, and we got 2:05 to go. Valley just scores again. They set up for the extra
Nathan
point.
Nethers to snap. Josh Van over to hold. Brandon Haynes.
I don't think we're going to let them get their 55, though. Unless they pull a trick play here.
We'll go down after a second.
Okay.
I think he's 5 for 6 tonight, so he's going for 6 or 7.
And it's good. 54-26.
2:05.
Licking Valley. Got 2:05 to go.
Licking Valley.
London's down. 54-26. It's ready to kick off. We got 2:05 in the game and 5 minutes left on the tape.
It's like Haynes,
keep it on the ground.
Haynes decides to squib this. That goes through Willard's hands, goes through Myers' hands. Now Myers picks it up.
They made sure there wasn't going to be no run back for a touchdown, and they put us way back in territory. They kept the ball on the ground. It's like more like a squib
Sean
kick.
Myers returns the kickoff. He's
They wasn't
brought
giving
down
us
by
a
Trevor
chance
Hiles
for a
and Nathan Nethers.
Touchdown return.
It's like special teams coach for Licking Valley got him a little fired up right there.
Yeah, they wasn't going to give him a chance to give another slap in the face. Kickoff touchdown return. So we got a score of 54-26. London takes over 1st and 10 on their own 14-yard line.
The quarterback.
Got Deo in.
Yeah.
So London puts some second teamers in. We still got Laney in the backfield.
It's like Laney and Willard in the backfield. Still got Willard and Myers at receiver. That's Laney up the middle.
Up the middle. Nothing doing.
It's like a big tackle on the play by Jason Cavaney, a 245-pound junior.
And the clock is still running. We're down to under 2 minutes now. 54-26.
DJ Laney, the ball carrier, brought down by Matthew.
Look like another clean jersey come in. Who's that? Number
Jason
9.
Cavaney.
David Shingler. I think that's who came in. Maybe
I think that was Inlow. Just checking. 89.
I couldn't see the 8.
Dale's going back to pass, looking for Inlow. Looks like a first down for London.
And he gets out of bounds. Yeah, he starts. Okay, we got 54-26. We're down under a minute now. Dale sets up to throw another pass.
It's like
he gets to Wheeler, and Wheeler doesn't get out of bounds.
It's like Licking Valley's playing pretty soft on the corners out there, giving London plenty of room to catch the ball.
Yeah, they're just more or less playing prevent. Prevent a touchdown. They'll give him a little short one. So we're going to end this game on a note of
London's got
54-26. Clock's running down pretty fast now. We're under 30 seconds.
Unless this one's incomplete, this might be the last play of the ball game here. Some of the Licking Valley fans finally look like they might start rolling out of this stadium. Deo's throwing the high bomb.
And stops the clock.
Looks like Yellow Hanky on the field. Looks like they're going to...
Okay.
Yeah.
17 seconds left in the game. 54-26, Licking Valley.
That's Willard up the middle.
We got Willard up the middle. And he will be taken down and keeps the clock running, but they have to stop the clock to move the chains.
That's going to be a first down for London.
So we got a first down for London.
Boone Troyer. Also, Kyle Davidson on the
3 or 4 minutes.
That's it.
That's going to be the last play of the ball game.
The last play of the ball game. Score ends up 54-26. This is Gary McNeil.
And this is Keith Smith
saying good night. See you next week.